This is an Iwegbus production.
Period.
What's
poppin'?
good, family? What is
Hello,
good?
y'all. Welcome in.
It is pillow talking time.
Praise the Lord, saints.
Yo, somebody make sure I'm good on the sound
Yes,
in
can
the
y'all
chat.
hear
Somebody,
us? Can you see us?
can you see us?
In Jesus' name.
Are we good? Let us know something.
Yes,
real
drop it
quick.
in the chat, y'all. Welcome in, y'all. We're super excited about tonight. It is a special edition to Pillow Talking with the Iwegbus. We finally got some singles that are going to be talking tonight.
It's gonna
You know?
be fire.
Because I feel like they like, y'all, listen, y'all been married for 10, 15, 20 years.
We
What do you
want to get some
mean?
people in here that
Yes.
can relate to some of the singles, man. What's
Welcome
good? Let us
in.
know how y'all doing in the chat.
Yes, we got
Yes.
LOL in the building.
Yes.
What's up, LOL? If y'all do not know what that is my community, Ladies of Light Elite. Community for high-level women, high-level Christian women that want to be their best in every area of their life. I'm super
Yes.
excited to be here today with you, babe,
Yes.
and with our special guest, right?
Yes, hey, this is
gonna
the
be one of
first
the
time
ones.
that you're seeing this done on Pillow Talking with the Iwegbus.
Yep.
We got some people that's gonna keep it 1,000 in here
They
in just
better.
a moment.
We gonna
it's
pull it
be
out of
fire.
y'all because we don't want no church answers tonight in Jesus' name. Well, before we even get into all the things, first and foremost, my name is Takesha.
And my name is Namdi,
And you are Pillow Talking with the Iwegbus, episode 59.
What is
59.
good?
Okay, so we've had more than 59 episodes. We're probably at like 200 or 300, but
Okay.
Pillow Talking is 59.
Yes, Pillow
We've been
Talking
doing
is
this
59.
for what, 5 or 6 years?
Yeah.
In and out.
In and out. Off and
You know
on.
you want to say that.
You know what I'm saying? Yes.
Inconsistently.
No, I'm just saying, because it's like, hold on, y'all got 300.
Wait
you know what I'm saying?
a minute.
What? It's gonna be
We've
like,
been
what
doing this.
exactly happened there, huh?
What happened? Somebody type life.
Life.
That's what
Life,
happened.
Life.
That's what happened.
Life.
Okay, y'all, we want to know the cities that y'all are watching from. Hi, Jasmine. We want to see the cities that y'all are dropping from. Listen, tonight is a singles edition. First and foremost, let's rewind back, okay? This is a really, really, really huge night, and I want to honor this moment because we have been wanting to talk to singles for some time. We've had this vision a year ago at this point. It's been a year. And we finally, without really too much preparation, a lot of the girls that are going to be talking tonight, I asked them today.
Yes,
Somebody say
hey,
today.
Yes, hey, shout out to them.
Shout out to them.
Also, shout out to the fellas that y'all about to see. I asked majority of them today as well. So shout out to them just being willing and ready to come on and share. Because I told them, hey, keep it real with y'all.
Yeah, we need to know.
We got some questions ourselves. So we're here watching just like y'all. Like, okay, what?
No, for real.
Help us out with this. Y'all saw the title.
Yeah.
Where the men at?
Where the men at?
Where they at? Tell the men to pull
yeah.
up right now. I want to see even men, if you're not on here live, you know what I'm saying? Like if you're not on here speaking, I want to see you in the chat. Where the men at? Can y'all drop some I don't know, some muscle signs in the chat or something?
You know,
just drop fire in the chat.
I don't know
that.
where they be at, but I think it might just be working, you know?
Yeah, I don't know.
But we're trying to get them outside a little bit.
We definitely are.
Okay, everyone, I am drinking a mocktail.
Yes, please. Gotta let these people
This
know.
is ginger beer with
They
mint.
said they out here bad.
Okay, we knew the Iwegbus.
Hey, do us a huge favor. Make sure that you are sharing this with someone.
Yes.
Right now, like, subscribe. We want to see all the likes going up right now. They should be filling up. Can you set a
I already did. Oh, I don't know how to do that, man of God.
Okay.
For now, would you like to tell them what we do, who we are, all the things?
Yeah, so here at Pillow Talking with the Iwegbus, we help people receive God's best in relationships. So if you're in a relationship, just got out of a relationship, going into a relationship, man, you just want to know, how can I be better in my next relationship? Man, you are Pillow Talking with the right couple. Right now, we've been coined the realest.
We have been.
And it will stand.
Yeah.
Because we keep it real, raw, and relevant.
Yeah, we're not gonna sugarcoat nothing. We're gonna keep it holy. We're gonna honor God.
For sure.
We have real lives. Yes. What's up?
No, go ahead. No, I was just about to talk
No, I
to
was
you.
just
Go ahead. Say what you're
saying,
saying.
you know, one of the reasons why I love what we do is because in the beginning, I feel like we struggle with being extra transparent at times. But the Bible says that people overcome by the word of your testimony. I don't know about y'all, but like when I've sat in rooms and people are telling me about their success, it's like, I love that success, but tell me what you had to go through, right? Because I personally feel like when you don't hear what people have gone through, your own story can seem like, no, I don't have that. Like, I got a baby daddy. I got a husband with 2 baby mamas. My life wasn't set up like y'all. So how can I find love? How can I be thriving in marriage if everyone I'm listening to don't share what they've been through that makes it seem normal? And so it is something that we stand on. We're going to keep it 100 here
people
all
are
the time.
truly delivered through transparency.
Amen.
That's what helped me like really receive the gospel and get saved, was when I had a pastor that was like, dang, you deal with some of the same stuff I deal with? Man, you used to listen to some of the same music I used to listen to. Like, I'm with that, and it drew me in. So, man, be transparent, be real, be raw, be relevant.
Amen.
Hey, how are you doing? Want to check in with you before we get everybody on the stage here?
I am doing amazing.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
Applause for the woman of God.
Spiritually.
Spiritually, okay.
I was talking to my sister about that. I said, spiritually, I'm on 10. Like, I feel extremely clear. I feel strengthened in my spirit, man. Emotionally, I'm a little, a lot of things are happening at once. Anybody in the room feel like you're on the brink of something? Like, not just pretending, like you feel it. Like, this is, you know, I hate to sound so cliche, like it's a new year. So something, it's like, no. It's a little oil on this year. I don't know. And I don't know if it's because I'm getting older. So I am a little more aware of time. And I'm just like, I don't know when God gonna take me home. So I'm stepping heavier. Not even necessarily faster, but heavier and more intentional. And so I just been really serious. I just want to tell y'all, the devil don't like me, and he stay mad at me. Y'all, me and my husband are on a 90-day challenge. And we've planned this challenge for a couple of reasons. We'll share that a little bit later. Huh?
I'll put that right there.
Yeah, you can.
Good. Okay.
Yeah, put it in the middle so it can be aesthetically pleasing.
But then I don't want to promote them because they ain't paid me.
Oh yes, put it to the side, buddy.
Yeah, just want to put it right here like this. Oh, you can see it on both sides. Never mind.
You should have got my Holy Girl cup.
Go ahead.
Okay, so what was I saying?
You was talking about the 90-day challenge. The devil don't like you.
So 90-day challenge, y'all. We have really great things happening. Some of y'all will see what we're talking about here in a second. Okay. Great things that are coming up, y'all. On the second day of this challenge, this 90-day challenge, me and my husband, we sat down, we're praying. I have a prophetic dream on the first day of this 90-day challenge. I'm like, we are about to go. I'm writing down my goals. I done did my alignment board. I'm going in. I'm waking up a little bit earlier than what I have been. I'm fueled. And I get sick. So although I probably, hopefully I look okay, I'm not feeling the best physically. And so it has been a unique time, but God has been keeping me. Yes. So that's how I'm doing. What about you, baby?
You hold up well.
Thank you.
Looking amazing.
I appreciate that. You too. Yeah. I like this gold patch on you.
You do? You like this?
That looks really
You did
good.
it. Hey, y'all don't know. I'm telling you, she's versatile. She can do everything. See her rapping, singing, podcasting, preaching. She done gave about 2 sermons or so. That's out there.
Definitely more than 2. That's crazy. No? I preach all the time on YouTube. What are you talking about?
All right. I'm not going to go too deep into it because then we'll get to talking to people got places to be. That's
it's okay, baby.
But nah, for real, you do so much, and I'm just grateful. I'm like,
grateful
she did
for you.
this last night, so I'm grateful for it. But
I just want to put out this disclaimer. If y'all ever look at us as a couple and think that I am the one that's like extra, it's my husband. Push a button over there, a sound effect. Yeah.
Oh, I'm extra?
Y'all.
I got on a black tee.
That don't
Yup
mean
in
nothing.
my black tee.
That don't mean nothing.
Yup in my black tee.
Y'all, every time I dye my husband's patch, I am a nervous wreck because he's like, it's not light enough. It's too orange. It's too yellow. It's too. I'll be like,
the way that you make the chocolate skin stand out is you got to have lighter colors a lot of times. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm dark chocolate.
We got to talk about these new age men too. Ladies,
ladies,
single women.
Hold on. We gonna get the men up here. The men got my back.
We gotta
y'all in the background. Y'all got my back. I'm looking at it right now. Y'all better come. Hey, we on them tonight, y'all.
It's a new breed, girls.
We gonna keep it real.
They want their hair done perfectly.
They want to know why we don't show up. This why. This right here.
Because we keep it 100.
What's wrong? because I want to make sure that I look right.
Well, you know, back
What's
in the day,
wrong?
men they got a haircut and they just put on pants and just put on boots and they just did the thing. You know what I'm saying? They wasn't like, make sure now they get makeup, they get Botox, cosmetics.
I don't get
It's
the
just like,
makeup. We haven't made it to that level yet, but
you know,
I
never know what life may bring.
I'm not rejecting the makeup, especially as you get older and stuff.
Okay, y'all, he's talking about makeup because professionally
Yeah,
for
for
videos.
professional videos. Not like I'm gonna be walking around regularly with makeup
concealer on.
Yeah.
Okay, baby, tell me how you're doing so we can get these things.
Doing great.
Yeah.
Yo, glad we're doing a 90-day challenge. I needed that. Sometimes, you like, because I think that was something that you came with, was the 90-day challenge, and it was like, man, I need something to just fire me up, like to get me going, that hold me accountable. We got to be each other's accountability partner a lot of times.
Oh my gosh, yes.
That's one of the things, and so it's almost like when I'm slacking, she like, hey, you ain't been on the phones. What you doing? Like, you kind of slacking. You out here a little bit too much. And then I'm like, hey, babe, what you got going on? And so the 90-day challenge is really a good thing. And looking forward to what God is about to bring. Like you said, you feel like you're on the brink of something. And
sure.
yes, as soon as you're on the brink of something, there's many challenges. But I'm excited for what he's about to do.
I'm excited
Seriously.
for you too. I've been seeing you shape into a new man every other day. Just becoming bolder in your assignment and your calling and just letting the world see the gifts that I've been seeing.
Yeah, like yesterday, I don't know. I gotta shout this brother. I don't know. Now, mind y'all, dang, I did not know they were still on the screen. But I gotta shout this brother out. I don't know his faith, y'all.
Then
okay?
don't shout him out.
No, I just gotta shout out just his authenticity. That's what I'm gonna shout out. I saw an interview with LaRussell on Breakfast Club, and I was inspired. I was just inspired by his ambition, his drive, the way he answers questions, and just his realness. Like, and I've seen him for a while, but I was like, you know what? He shared a story about Diddy. I'm not gonna go into that, and then also meeting with Jay-Z. I'm not gonna go into that, but he basically was just saying, like, dude, just be you. Just be truly who you are. And so sometimes, I can battle with that because I'm not like all the other guys sometimes. I feel like I'm just a little bit different.
You are very much so different.
Okay, hold on. I don't know how to take that right there, y'all. What are you trying to say?
In a good way.
In a good way,
y'all.
okay.
Listen, tonight is a special day.
Yes.
It's a special night. It's a special evening.
Yes.
I am super excited for all of these. And y'all, we don't even know all of everyone that is going to be coming tonight.
Yes.
So we pray that, these are decent people.
Hey, I want to, because everybody's in the background here first, to let them know up front, like, hey, before we get on here, yes, because it's about to go down.
Well, do you want to pull them up before we do that?
Okay, yeah. So, so we're about to get into this right now. Do you want to check out any comments first, baby?
Yes, we can.
Just real quick.
Yes. I keep thinking I got a music button over here.
Sorry. Yeah, we
I love you too, Brittany. Love you, Jasmine. Love y'all. Y'all send this to your friend, your baby daddy, your sneaky link, the one you laying up with, the one you in the backseat with that you shouldn't be, but you thinking about marrying them. Send it to your potential spouse, somebody that you dream about at night, and they don't even know that you dream about them, because we want to make sure y'all are on the same page. I've been wanting to create this new slogan for like women, like. I'm the woman. You know how you got your bio? Like, I help women save their time and not build projects with men or something like that. That's what I've been wanting to
That's what you
to
do.
step heavy in. Like, so
you do that.
The man that you probably are building right now, send it to him in Jesus' name. Hi, everybody.
Yes.
We got Maryland in the building. St. Louis, close to home for us. What's popping?
Show me state.
Yeah, show me state. Hello. Oh, we got a couple of men in the building. We got a cute mocktail. I love a good mocktail, a good strong mocktail in Jesus' name with a side of wine. Huh? I'm not sure.
Okay, I'll just.
I text Tamara, baby.
Okay, just want to make sure.
All right, let's bring these singles up. We want everyone in the chat, do us a favor. Can y'all just put the hand clap emoji for all of our beautiful, amazing, God-fearing men and women that decided to volunteer in Jesus' name?
This is an Iwegbus production.
Period.
All right, so we're gonna bring y'all up, and we're gonna have y'all introduce yourselves here in just a moment here. So
yes.
I'm bringing up everyone, and then we'll go. Hey, all right, Brother Chew,
Ooh, you should
Let's
play
go.
music.
Yeah, I know.
There we go.
I should have. Thank you, baby.
It's okay.
I got you. Yes, we're gonna bring up the line.
There we go.
They can't even hear.
Oh.
They can't
I hear.
Oh, you can hear? Okay. All right.
Oh, you got me winding up.
Okay.
What's up?
It's about to go down. Y'all ready?
We got somebody
We about to throw some heaters at y'all.
And guess what? We gonna call y'all out too.
We gonna call y'all out.
We ain't waiting for y'all to answer.
Hey.
We gonna say young man in the bottom left. No, we need to know y'all names. Okay.
Yes.
Can y'all see the order that everybody is in? Y'all see us in the top left, Jude in the middle. Y'all see all of that,
I'm about
right?
to take your comments off the screen.
Yeah.
That's blocking.
Okay,
Yep.
so let's just go in order of where everybody is sitting on the screen. Tell us your name and tell us a little bit about yourself. 60-second introduction, especially for those that are actually single. You never know, your spouse may be watching. Stand up and do a 360. No, I'm just playing. Go ahead. Jude, go ahead.
Oh, hey guys, my name is Jude. I'm from New Jersey, but I now live in Atlanta. I am a God-fearing man who love God and love fitness as well. I own a gym called the House of Health. I also am a race director for Exercise Your Faith 5K, the #1 faith and fitness 5K nationwide. And I'm so excited to be here. I'm honored, and I'm hoping you guys can accept the truth that we're going to be bringing tonight.
Come on with it.
Amen. Amen. Y'all clap it up for Jude. Can you take pillow talking off in the corner?
Yep, I'm gonna take that off.
Sarah, come on up, beautiful.
Okay,
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Hi, my name is Sarah. I'm originally from New York, lived in Florida for a while, now here in Atlanta, Georgia. I am a recruiter for a urology company. I love what I do. I'm in human resources. And right now I am living my single life. Praise God. Praise God.
We're going to talk about what that looks like, Sarah. Clap it up for Sarah. Okay, next.
Hey everybody, my name is Taylor. I currently work security second shift, which like sucks. But I love God. I am Abba's daughter to the T, and I have a twin brother. So I've had some pretty interesting life experiences, you know, and the spiritual understanding of life and things. But I'm an artist. I love to play sports, and a model. And that's about it.
Okay. What type of artist are you?
So I'm a big artist, like I sing and I rap, but it's more like it's not like churchy. It's more kind of like hip hop, but you know, talking about the truth, basically.
Got you.
Come on.
All righty. Clap it up, y'all. All righty. Y'all can go in order. Go ahead.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Connie. I'm 33 years old, born and raised in Miami. I'm an administrative manager for a maritime company. I've been single for about 5 years now. Was in a long relationship for about 13 years. Super excited to be here and share my testimony with you all. I love working out. I love visiting different types of coffee shops, getting to explore around, traveling. So yes.
Clap it up, y'all. Okay.
How's everybody doing? My name is Caleb. I am from upstate New York. I live in Atlanta now, and get into a lot of different things, writing, sports, music, and I'm also single. Excited for this conversation and seeing where this is going to go. I'm really appreciated to be here.
Amen. Glad you're here.
Appreciate
Clap
you
it up,
here,
y'all.
brother.
How y'all doing? My name is Justin Brown. I'm originally from Atlanta. I grew up in Atlanta, Georgia, but I live in Dallas, Texas. I'm a financial advisor by trade. So I'm kind of boring. I just like numbers. And I am not single. I am recently engaged to the love of my life. Shout out to wifey in the chat. So yeah, I'm ready to have some fun.
Praise the Lord.
Congratulations, my man.
Yes, congrats.
Definitely.
And I know y'all might be like, wait a minute, I thought this was a singles situation.
He was single for long
He
enough,
was.
so he can let us know. Hey, for sure. And hey, wifey be in the chat. Say something. Let us know for real.
I like the way he said, and I am not single.
For real.
Okay, come on up, Alicia. We love the hair and the hat.
What's up, y'all? I'm trying to give y'all Paris vibes out here in the streets because Monday I am going to get there,
Come
okay?
on.
Okay.
I am Alicia J from the A. I am an entrepreneur and I help Christian women find their God given purpose and do so confidently without losing their personal style or flair, of course. I also work for a church and I have an event coming up on Saturday that is completely sold out. I wish y'all could be there. It's the Valentine's Day brunch. TK will be there with us. Super excited about that. I'm also an author of a book called Unmarried Without Children. And I am single as a Pringle, but I'm also single and satisfied, but I also am single and looking. Okay?
Come on.
All of the above.
All the above.
Y'all clap it up. Yes, love it.
Sold out event on Saturday. That's amazing. Big ups to you.
Praise
sis.
God.
Straight up.
Yes.
That's amazing.
That's purpose.
All right. Next.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Fabiola. I'm 35. I am single. I am an administrative assistant for mental health. And I'm also a newly life coach, a healing relationship life coach. And that's it.
Amen.
Born in
All right,
Miami
y'all.
and raised in Toronto.
Fire sign in the chat. Fire signs in the chat. Welcome, everyone. Quick disclaimer, everyone that is on this live, we just want to make sure y'all are giving us permission to use this content. So you are here knowing that whatever you can say, it can be repurposed all over TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, any social media platform. If y'all agree to that, can everyone just say yes?
Yes.
Amen.
Yeah.
Amen, amen, amen.
Good.
All right. So the purpose of tonight's conversation is, number one, we wanted to have a platform where Christian men and women who are actually trying to date well, you know, not just outside, but actually trying to date well. We want to hear your experiences. Obviously, this is a relationship podcast, and we can only talk so much about single season. I got married at 22. I met my husband at 21. I was in a 4-year relationship before that. So I only had like 1 year of really being single. Don't know nothing too much about it. So we want y'all to be real, to be raw. No overly spiritualized answers. We want to hear all of it. So we're going to be talking about a little bit of everything. Go ahead and get comfortable. And the purpose we want to say is to actually find solutions for the problems.
Yes.
So we don't want to just sit here and talk about all the issues that we find, or all of the issues in dating, all the issues that you find with men, all the issues we find with women. Actually coming up with, okay, what are men thinking and what do they desire? Okay, what are women thinking and what are they
But I
desiring?
want to know the issues out there, because I'm like, we haven't been outside in over a decade now.
Yeah.
So we're like going off of data from back then,
Yeah.
and it's different now.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. When I see beautiful, successful women that are single, that desire to be married, and that are doing their best to date well, I am definitely like, what's happening?
That's what
Like, especially here in Atlanta, we came from Kansas City, Missouri. It just wasn't a lot of people out there, and everybody wasn't. I feel like Atlanta are good-looking people out here. Like everybody looks good.
when I got here, I was like, hold on, I was at the Kroger, and I just remembered my first time going to Kroger, and I was like, bro, why you buff going to get bread? Like, bro, like, what you, like, man, bro, put it, like, come on, like, I'm just like, and I just came here kind of flimsy and stuff.
Oh,
I
you
ain't, you know
were
what I'm saying?
not
I ain't ran into the
flimsy,
brother
stop.
Jude and start getting right yet. But like, I was, like, everybody is going and just looking decent, going
Right.
to get just regular stuff.
So we want to know what is going on. First
still
and foremost, we
confused.
want to talk to the men. We want to talk to the men. They just care more out here. That's beautiful.
do.
That's why we're out here.
For sure.
Men, we're going to start off with more a simple question. It's going to get a little spicy, but just right off the bat, even for, I forgot, I'm sorry, the young man that is engaged, I'm going to get y'all names midway through. Please forgive me, y'all. But what would you say was, for some of you that are in relationships, and is the biggest obstacle for you as a man when it comes to dating in 2026? And for most of y'all, I think it's Atlanta, but the biggest obstacle that you find yourself kind of bumping into time and time again.
Well, I want to go first because I didn't hear one of the question was if we're single. I've been with my lady for about to be a year now. Next week. So I'm not single, but I once was single. But I would say back then, being measured and not being met. I feel like just being measured by other people, just calling, just being compared, pretty much, and really not judging me for where I'm at, but where I could be. So I just felt like I was being mainly measured and not being met where I'm at, or as a
like
person.
You want to go with the ladies now?
No, I want another man to answer.
Yeah, I'll go ahead. I think. Oh, were you going, Justin?
No, you got it. You good.
I would say for me, so I'm the only single guy that's on the panel. I see. The for me, I think that what I've run into as a challenge is that there's almost like this like undo there's like this like underlying pressure that comes with if you ever come up on a if you come up on a woman, they be ready for like to just go and like we need to take some time. I have a direction where I'm trying to go, but we have to allow stuff to like germinate naturally. So for me, like a challenge that I run into is like how some people just be so ready to move.
How old are you?
I'm 33.
Okay, I can definitely see that. I want to add to that is that I feel like there is a culture for women, and me and Namdi talk about this all the time, where women are really, honestly, from birth, being prepared to be married. Yeah. So yes, when they meet y'all, they're like, tomorrow? Like, when are we gonna do this? And I think that, I mean, I don't want to jump ahead, but I want to kind of piggyback off of what you said. Do you feel like there's a time frame? Do you feel like there is, okay, so you don't want to move extra fast, obviously, because you got to get to know someone. But when is it too long?
Too long for what though?
To be dating someone, getting to know, like how long are we taking to where you're not feeling pressured anymore?
Before like I'm trying to like get engaged and all that.
Yes.
I would like to get engaged, especially at my age now. I'd like to get engaged within like 18 months, like a year and a half. I would like to get engaged in that amount of time from when I start dating her to when I propose, a year and a half.
I like that.
So when you're meeting the women, how fast are they wanting to do this?
I've met women that are trying to like have we about to really, I'm talking about within a couple weeks. Like not even a couple weeks, within a week. Like I met you, like what's today? Thursday? Like I met you last Saturday and now where we at like on Thursday? I'm like,
okay, wait.
Hold on. I see Jude he throwing up. He said like 6 months. What you say? Hold on.
What you saying, Jude?
Nah, I think there's some truth to that. And that's what I feel like when we talk about singles, men not going to Christian events, because we get shamed on not feeling ready enough in a sense. And that's what that comes about. It's like, you should be ready and you should have this and all of that. And we should be ready to go next week. And that's why I think it's a twofold why some men don't go, because women want men who are ready. And if you're ready, you should go. If you're not so ready, you shouldn't waste somebody else's time.
So are you saying they should not go if they're not ready for marriage?
If I was to ask all the ladies, single ladies, what's the purpose of singles conference or singles events? I think a lot of them, well, I can't speak for them, but we may feel that it's about meeting somebody there and then moving forward. It's not about how can we be prepared or teaching. It's just like, we're going to have this singles event. You're going to find your wife. You're going to find your husband. And we're going to, go off to the sense.
Got it.
You want to let the women reply to that?
I want to let the women jump in.
I'll go.
Yeah, you can either answer what do you feel like the biggest obstacle is, or you can respond to either one of what they said.
I'll respond to what they said because I can agree with a lot of what the men say. All right, so I can agree with a lot of what they say, but I think for me personally, I think that what I've observed is when I want to date a man, I want to know that they have been prepared. I want to date with purpose, right? Dating with purpose and just dating just to date, just to have fun, whatever, is two different things. And I look at a guy's life before me, 6 months to a year before me. What were you doing? Were you preparing for marriage? Were you in the Word? Were you praying? And, were you doing the things that was leading up to you being prepared for a husband? Or will I have to, like you said before, are you going to be a project for me to kind of help you get there? You know what I mean?
Okay.
That's
Okay.
facts.
All right.
I
Let's
would
hear from
like
Iwegbus.
to respond. Um, so these singles events, yes, we do come in with the mindset of I am going to this singles event, I'm going to look cute and be presentable, so that, my husband can find me. We leave this singles event and then I'm dating. And by the time the next singles event comes around, I'm already married, right? So that is the mindset that we come into the room with. And I believe, and I've heard this opinion from different men. One of the obstacles that we're facing is some men don't date women that go to the same church that they go to. So that's one obstacle. Two, there is a ratio difference, right? So it's either 3 men to 1 woman, three women to 1 man, or 5 women to 1 man, and it's Atlanta, so it's already off, right? So the ratio, so the men are already overwhelmed because they got 5 women standing around waiting to talk to them, and the 1 man has already picked who he's going to talk to, and most of the time it's not the 5 women waiting to talk to him. So, right? So he's got that. I believe me and Ju talked about this last year, preparing for the singles con coming up, that was coming up last year. Then you've got to also think, all right, if I date this person at the church, and I date another person at the church, what does that look like? Right? What's the perception? So that's another obstacle, right? And then what is the awkwardness if it doesn't work out afterwards? Another obstacle. Then we have apps, right? We going online. Let's not even talk about meeting people in person. The online apps are overwhelming. They charge way too much for you to find somebody to love you. If you don't pay for it, they don't show you people that are actually going to be comparable for you, right? People that you would actually go out with. And then they have the nerve to be like, why are you leaving? Because y'all are trash, right? So those are so many obstacles. I'm sure there are plenty more, but I know we're trying to talk about the solutions, and we'll get to those, I'm sure. But I just wanted to answer that question for you.
Okay. That is a lot to unpack, y'all. First of
Yes.
all, I want another woman to hop in before I ask my next question. Go ahead.
I'll go. So I believe that
Oh,
men find the single events awkward. They don't feel like it's a lot of pride. Like to be in a setting and there's competition because other men will be there, and then if they see a woman they like, and then they probably not as confident, because if you think about it, you majority of people in the church, majority is women in the church too, and it's always less men. So when it comes to like single events, it's always like why they're not comfortable. I don't believe that they're comfortable to even look at a event. Like it's not their comfort zone. They look at single events like it may be awkward. Like they're better off doing things in private, like meeting a woman at the gym or in a dating app. Like I think men are used to that instead of going out to events and
Okay.
searching.
That's a different thing
can I?
now.
No, I was definitely gonna say, from hearing everyone, it sounds like maybe we shouldn't necessarily have these quote unquote marked single events, so that number one, the women can show up without saying, I hope to find my husband. I interviewed a young lady. She was actually going to come on tonight, but she said, TK, I showed up to every event, just like, I'm going to find my husband tonight. So maybe we lower that. And then for the men, we lower the pressure of like, oh, I got to be ready to be a husband.
Yeah.
So, okay, let's go back a little bit. And I want to jump back to the men. So if y'all can give us what, baby?
I had a question for.
Well, I want to ask the
Alicia was saying
first
something.
question.
But go ahead.
The main question that we want to make sure y'all answer for the men. If y'all can, I know we kind of already answered it. So if y'all have the same answers, you don't have to respond. But what do you feel like is the main reason men aren't showing up? And I want to add to this, showing up to these single events. especially as God-fearing man. And I want to add on top of that, if you are a Christian man that is 25 plus, you don't want to, be actively smashing a bunch of women. You're trying to be right with God. Why are y'all not going? Why are your friends not going? Why are y'all not showing up?
Can I add something to that too? And just to kind of give even, because when I'm trying to filter and understand, because when I was single and I was saved, I wanted to be at the singles event no matter what. I wanted to know, okay, I had been through enough relationships to know, okay, I know what I don't want. Let me figure out how I can do this God's way so I can pick the right one. So even when I was in a relationship, as some of you are, and technically they still consider y'all single, right? So that's why I still had you on here. But I wanted to go to these singles events and see, I remember Dr. R.A. Vernon pulling up in Kansas City, and I was like, cool, I'm there. And it wasn't about going and I'm about to find my wife. I just wanted to hear from Dr. Vernon, okay, what is he saying these rules of dating are, and what, how should I follow them? And then, a little bit later down the line, I did get more serious about wanting to find the one, but I just wanted to learn how can I do relationships God's way.
Yeah,
and so I'm confused of why men don't do that.
I think this is why we're having them on.
Yeah, that's
because our time, we wanted to get married.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say this as a woman, and it's no shot to the men, but y'all know I'm a woman, so I'm going to be with the girls. It does give, men are not desiring to get married as soon as they used to. I mean, we probably can look at statistics and pull it up that everyone is getting married later. So take what y'all want out of what we just said. Why y'all not showing up? Why are your friends not there? God-fearing men, what's going on?
So I can answer this. I think I got a little bit of a controversial take. So I'm prepared for, a little bit of heat if that's what's necessary. But
I got you, brother.
Appreciate it. So I think men don't show up to look for their significant other in church because it does not automatically equate to being treated better by said woman that you meet in church versus if you meet her outside. So I think that was a reason why.
Wait. Are you saying God-fearing women and then just secular women? Is that what you're meaning?
Nah, not necessarily secular, but so the Bible talks about how rare it is to find the woman, right? Proverbs 31, how rare she is. So men being numbers and logically, if I know it's probably going to be 1 to 15, 1 to 7 at these events, as far as the ratio, I'm probably not going to find that rare thing that the Bible talks about. So I actually think conferences are a little contradictory towards what the actual Bible says about finding that rare woman.
That's an interesting point, because I actually had a thought with that. And there's something that you said, Namdi, about how you wanted to go to the conferences when you were younger. I did have a thought. Were you already going to church at that time?
Yes.
And so I think that's something to also consider, is that men typically don't go to church to start with. And so if the conversation is why are men not showing up to singles events, are men showing up to church in the first place?
Okay.
Exactly. That's what I was
And
saying
so
earlier.
if men aren't even already showing up to church in the first place, they expect them to now be at a singles event. They already know there's more women at the church and they already know there's more women around. So it's not so much about there being a lot of women in a particular place.
Yeah.
It's about, it's more than that. And I don't know how deep we're going to get, but I think it's deeper than that. I do agree that that men have a belief or understanding that because if they're in a position or a space where there's a lot of women or a lot of options, it's difficult to make a choice. And I think women can understand this as well, is that a lot of women have closets full of clothes. And a lot of those women with closets full of clothes have looked at their closet and said, I don't know what to wear. Even though they have a closet full of clothes. So the more options that someone has, the more difficult it is to make a choice. And so I don't know if that's the reason why men don't show up, but I think it's multifaceted. Is that because if men already not coming to church on a Sunday, to expect them to come to a singles of Christians event is that would just be consistent.
Yeah.
That's even
that's a
harder
really
to
good,
get them out.
really good take.
Can I
My,
say something?
Go
To
ahead.
my only thing I wanted to add on that was we're talking about a lot of times the men that's actually in church. Because, like, for instance, our church, we got made men. We got, most of us who, we go to the same church, we got made men. What, thousands, what, hundreds, what, thousands of men,
But aren't most
y'all?
of them married, babe?
I don't know, Jude. You probably got
Yeah.
a better
I
a
think
better
most of them
number
are
Yeah.
on that.
married.
I
But I
think
think,
majority of those men are married.
Yeah, tell
Yeah.
them because
oh,
when you
okay.
did the Made Men, if y'all don't know what that is, baby, tell them real quick.
Yeah, Made Men is a mentorship and discipleship program that we have at Change Church through Dr. Darius Daniels.
Yeah.
Teach you how to live, love, and lead like Jesus. Okay, that's what
Yes.
teaches men. So we go through 12 weeks of training. You can't be late. It's very strict. You're supposed to serve your community and also serve your church as well.
Yeah. So when Namdi got pinned, I was looking around and I said it. I was like, baby, everybody's married. So that immediately, like, we would say, oh, there's a bunch of men, but they're all married. A lot of them are married. They have baby. Remember when y'all was getting pinned? Y'all were getting pinned by y'all wives. It's like,
you're right.
we were there doing that. So wait,
Okay.
so our single. So is it is it not enough Christian single men? Is
I
that
think
the issue?
Go ahead. No, I think before I butt it in there, how you say it?
Fabiola.
Fabiola. Okay. Yeah, I
Yes.
think you were about to say something. Go ahead.
No, I was agreeing earlier because I did mention you don't have a lot of men in church anyways. So then you expect men to show up at a Christian singles event and you're calling it a Christian singles event. It's
Right.
awkward. And I
Got
don't
it.
think men will
And
want to go to that because I'm sorry, we don't have a lot of men in church. It's always more women in church.
Yeah.
yeah.
So why
And
would
I
we
think
expect men to go to a singles event, or even calling it a Christian singles event?
yeah.
Yeah.
And I think it has to do with if men aren't themselves. I think it's kind of twofold. I think it's a maturity thing, and I think it's also a healing thing. Because if men aren't doing the work themselves to heal, what I've noticed and having a twin brother, like unfortunately a lot of men and even some Christian men, they struggle with lust, or they struggle with um you know self-control and discipline in their body, and seeing their body as actual temples that God inhabits, not just women. So if they're not willing to understand that realization that they are just as valuable as the woman's body, and they should hold themselves, they should also practice abstinence, then the idea of healing, you want a woman to submit to you, but you're not willing to submit to with God. this. And you want to lead the woman, but you're not being led by God fully because your flesh is still in control. And I think that that's the biggest issue when it comes to the single men, because and as I'm sorry, I don't know who it was, but as he said, when it comes to the idea of you can find a woman that's at the grocery store that might treat you better than a woman in church, because there are also women that aren't really truly submitting their bodies to God, because we're in this self-validation. We're looking for the men to validate us physically, or if we're in a relationship and we're trying to do the right thing, but we don't want the man to cheat on us, so we're going to have sex because we don't want him to cheat. But we're still now submitting to the man before God, and so everything is out of order, because we're trying to please the man, and the man is ultimately pleasing himself, which is unfortunately the system that we live in, that's been constructed, that we all have fallen subject to.
Wait a minute.
Amen.
Wait. Let it breathe. Let it breathe. Let it breathe. I want to say yes to all of that. It's something that I've been encouraging Namdi to talk more to the men, because if you all do not know, I'm a mentor and a coach. I have a community of women that are beautiful women, ladies of life. Y'all in the building, drop a nail emoji. And I tell my husband all the time, I'm like, I'm talking to these women and they are abstaining and they are, getting fit, because we have men saying, well, we go to the church and the women are big and the women are this. Okay, well, I'm telling them, hey, get fit and, look pretty and and they're doing it. And I said, and who's talking to the men?
So
Yeah.
Who is telling the men, as you stated, that your body is precious too? Because, and this is something that me and my husband talk about, because we have 2 children. He had before me 2 different women, and I'm like, Nope. We were taught since babies, like stay pure, stay holy, don't have sex, be a virgin, be this, be that. The men weren't taught that. Most men weren't taught that with their temples. And so I definitely agree with what you said. I want to jump ahead so we can get into the juicy parts of these
get into some more
conversations.
juiciness. Hey, is there everybody in the chat right now? If this has been a great conversation so far, put some fire in the chat right now. I'm loving these takes.
Yeah,
they
it's
keeping
real
it real. She brought out the real.
She brought out the AK. She said, "I'm not scared."
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's about to.
And I'm gonna tell y'all,
Ooh.
stop being lustful.
Hey.
No, I'm just playing.
Nah,
Okay.
they all coming with it.
Speaking
I'm
of
loving it.
lust, I want to drop a conversation about abstinence. So, me and my husband, we moved to Atlanta 3 years ago, right?
No,
4?
almost 4. Yeah, time flies. man.
Wow. Okay. And what we knew abstaining to be is to, can I say sex?
You could say just like intimacy. I don't know these rules, but yeah, try.
I'm gonna say sex.
Okay.
Abstaining from anything sexual, right? So this is oral, this is intercourse, this is finger play, anything. That's what we thought. We thought that's what abstaining meant, right? So when someone says I'm abstaining, the only thing that we said was okay was like kissing. But once you start being able to have climaxes and orgasms with one another, that it wasn't considered abstaining to us. Yeah. We found out once we got out here, that's not everyone's view. Yeah. There are people that are doing the things, and their mindset is as long as there isn't full throttle things happening, we are abstaining. So this has happened more than once.
Yes.
We're talking like both hands. We've had conversations where they're like, oh, no, we consider, what is abstaining to y'all? What is the definition of that? What does it mean to you?
Somebody clarify that.
Let us know. Anybody can jump
Christians,
in. Yeah.
I thought about a word, but please tell
The
us.
whole nine.
Abstaining is everything. No masturbation.
Yeah.
Okay.
No masturbation.
Yeah.
No sexual intercourse. Plain and simple. You cannot have an orgasm at all. You're keeping your body away from the sexual urge.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Yeah.
Does everyone agree with that?
I agree.
I agree. I agree.
But I think
because some people,
shame.
believe it or
Okay,
not,
okay.
some people feel like they can masturbate because they're not with someone. They feel like they're no, it's not. You cannot have an orgasm. That's the plainest way I can explain being abstinent.
Yeah. That's
No
what I
orgasms.
thought. Yes,
None.
I thought that. I'm like, because
I didn't know you could argue that definition. I didn't know that
Oh
was
yeah, y'all will be surprised.
like-
It has
People
been,
will justify anything. Yep.
Yeah, because I'm
they
like,
sure will.
if you had orgasms all the way up until you were married, what self-control
Where's the
did you
fun?
gain? Like,
How did you
Right.
right. your body?
And my other thing is like, because I know people who I just remember this one time I was with this one pastor, and I was with another leader a while back, like a long time ago, over a decade. And this person was about to get married, this young lady, and he's like, hey, the pastor asked like, y'all abstaining? And he's like, I mean, we kind of, and he's like, no, like, y'all ain't, just be real with it. And what I learned is some people will try to get, I guess, I don't know if it's fame or get some type of worldly glory off of that we abstain when we didn't. It's like, we'll tell y'all the real.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we didn't do that.
Right.
And it's only grace that we're here, because we have to deal with a lot of consequences behind that. So we're not telling people to go do that. That's why we do this. But like, what is it that people get from that? Because at the end of the day, the Father knows.
from lying.
He was there.
Right.
He saw when y'all did that. The touching, the whatever,
I
the
know.
sucking, all that.
So are y'all lying?
I know what it is.
Are y'all lying about abstaining? Like when you know that you aren't,
Oh, no.
y'all saying that y'all are? Because that's what we run into, where it's like, we abstained for 3 years, and it's like, well, you got some head, and then you was fingered, and then you was this. Like, you can't stop that time.
I will say it's easier.
With somebody else.
Let's do Alicia, and then we're gonna jump over to you, Justin.
Okay, so I will say it's easy to abstain when you don't have anybody else, right? It's easier to abstain when you're 100% single. It is definitely real to say that it's more difficult when you are dating someone that you are very attracted to stay away from all the things that we just listed, right?
Right.
I know for me, In the past, I kept it real. Like, if I was messing up, I was messing up.
Right.
But if I'm abstaining, I'm abstaining, and I'm letting you know that I'm abstaining, right?
Yeah.
So, I don't know where, what happened or where we went wrong, where people are not being taught anymore that abstinence is like all the things, like Fabiola said, it's all the things, right?
Yeah.
That we don't do all the things. Because I've dated men who are like, well, we can do da 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 da. And I'm like, but bruh, I thought we were on the same page when we first
Right.
started talking. And then
Yeah.
eventually it's like, well, we're in a committed relationship, so we can go all the way because we're in a committed relationship, right? So it begins innocently, and then all of a sudden all these extra things are happening, because we are having a hard time controlling our flesh. Now mind you, our flesh is going to do the same thing. Because we're Christians doesn't mean that we are we don't get feelings. Like,
Yeah.
we have hormones, we got raging hormones, women, like y'all know, right?
Right.
It's raging. And so, we have to figure out ways to not put ourselves in compromising positions, figure
Yes.
out ways not to, go back to things like old habits and all those things. So it's a constant battle that we have to fight. So I want whoever is watching this to understand that just because you know Jesus doesn't mean that those feelings go away.
Yep.
Our
Yep.
physical bodies are going to still feel whatever we feel, even when we're kissing. Those our bodies react, right? So,
Right.
and that's a natural thing. God created those things; they're beautiful things, but He created them for them to be enjoyed during marriage. And so, how we
Yes.
steward that is our responsibility.
I love it, y'all. Real good. Real good. Real good. Justin.
Oh no, I don't really have to dig too much into it because I was just gonna say pretty much the same thing she said. But I think to piggyback off her, I think that's why it's important as men to be in a place of abstaining before you meet somebody, because when you do meet somebody and you are attracted to them, it's not going to do anything but get 10 times more difficult.
Right.
Hmm. I
Okay.
agree.
I wanna go ahead, Sarah. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I know where that comes from, and it's from people not having the fear of God anymore. There's no fear of God. It's just a rule. Like, don't do this, don't do that. But if you actually fear God and what He thinks and how He feels about what you're doing, it won't be as hard.
And I want
Yeah.
to piggyback on
And
Sarah.
not just a
That
fear. I think it's so. I'm sorry.
I was gonna say, yeah, because there's sin where you fall short, and there's the iniquity where you're planning your sin, and there's this transgression when your heart is now living in sin. And so, to that part,
Yes.
Sarah is saying there's no fear of God because now our heart has now transgression to just living in that sin.
Yes.
Yes.
So
And I
good.
want to piggyback and say it's not just the fear of God, it's also the love of God. If you
Love.
love God,
Yeah.
if I love God, I
Yeah.
don't want to do this
Love.
because I love Him, right?
Right.
Because He asked
Right.
me, when you love someone, they ask you to do something or not to do something. Because you love them, you do or do not do it. And because I
Yes.
love God, I want to honor Him with my body,
Yes.
right? I know I've had it in
Hmm.
the past, but now I'm like, you know what? I love you so much, God. I don't want you to know, like, to miss out on something that is precious to you, and it not disappoint you. Not that we can really disappoint God, because He knows that we are sinners. We need Him. But I want you to know that I love you enough to not do this. So
Yeah.
it's a fear,
Hmm.
and it's an honoring, and it's a love for Him. Yeah.
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 It's the awareness
And
that His boundaries is protection.
Yes.
Like, I
yeah.
am
Yeah.
Hmm.
aware that you
Yep.
put this in place because you love me and you want to
Hmm.
protect my heart. You want to protect my mind and my emotions. With this abstaining conversation, I want the men to answer first. So we are actively practicing abstaining from all sexual activity. What are your boundaries? What are your standards? What do they look like? And you can even add in times that you might have fallen that made you say, okay, probably don't need her to be coming over late at night. And I want y'all to keep it 100. If y'all slipping and falling, y'all can share that too.
Hey, I
Go ahead.
slipped, I fell. but I got up. So I'm telling you, be
Right.
real.
Listen,
It's
real,
okay. We
this
ain't got
is what
no
we
judgment to
realized.
put on
Me and
you.
my husband, we were laying around chilling, not laying around, but we were sitting up, vibing with one another when we became friends. And I had just got out of a relationship like 2 or 3 months before him. We literally broke up with our people at the same time. Very odd. Went to the same church on the praise team, knew each other. I wasn't paying attention to him. He was paying attention to me. And
Whoa,
he
whoa,
ended up,
whoa.
baby, I gotta tell the story. I gotta tell the story, baby. You said that you said, baby, you tell our story on how we met, because you're not gonna tell the truth, baby.
No, it's because I take too long to
But you're not
tell a
gonna be
story.
honest, babe.
I'm gonna be, I'm gonna be honest.
Y'all, somehow this man ended up in my same apartment building. We're hanging out.
My
We're
paint
being,
complex. I didn't know they were gonna put me close to where your stuff was at.
baby, why do you have to give disclaimers?
I didn't know that.
Anywho, we're vibing with one
I was
another,
about to have
and
my
y'all,
little
we are.
bachelor pad. I was about to be kicking.
Yeah, now you got 4 kids and a husband. So we're vibing, y'all. I'm telling you the story for a reason, and just friends. Like, I was not in any way thinking of him sexually. He was like my first real Christian friend, to be honest. So I was just happy because I was being bullied by the women in that church. So I was just happy to have a Christian friend. Well, I can't say that. That's my truth.
Tell the truth. It is what it is.
So he was my first Christian friend. And then next thing you know, first time we're intimate, we get pregnant. So we realized that, the flesh is really wild, because we weren't even aware that anything was being stirred between us. Like, it was a friendship that was actually brewing. So now looking back, first I say, oh no, that's just homeboy, that's just homegirl, y'all good. I feel like there should be boundaries around just being in one another's apartments. But I want to know what y'all think.
Yes,
What are
right.
y'all boundaries? What are y'all actively doing right now? Because everybody is single. Nobody's married on this. No one is married on this panel. What are y'all doing right now? Hard cut standards that y'all have. And if y'all standards are a little flimsy, tell us about that too.
Yeah, and just tell us that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so one of the things my coach used to always yell at us is KYP, know your personnel. So when you know your personnel, you can make the adjustments. I know me, by the time that sun is set, I need to be in the car.
Okay.
Because once that TV get on and the lights get low, and you know what I'm saying, it gets a little tricky. So we were able to have boundaries and different things around that. So we're just constantly practicing those. And I think above the things that is like constantly asking God to purify the heart, because to have the result of purity, you must have a pure heart. So those are the two things that I kind of combine to make sure that I'm always, making sure I put the right boundaries in place.
Love
Y'all
it.
not getting into all that right now. Y'all.
He said
staying
sunset.
until the time. Is that right?
Yes, sir. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
I think for me, when it comes to me and my relationship, we definitely have to have the Bible study and have some word. But the boundary is just this time, not having that time, like Justin said, sunset. But also for me, I know when I have long days, that's when I really want to feel decompressed, if you get what I mean. So to Justin's point, knowing your personnel, knowing what days makes me feel the weakest, and when I'm tired as well. Because when I'm tired, I just feel like, I don't have strength to like fight back any energy. So it's really being aware of where I'm at personally, and setting those boundaries for sure. And I'm truly grateful, because in my past relationship, it wasn't like that. I was to be called different names because I was trying to set boundaries.
Whoa.
Right.
What's
Then
the
I had
names, Jude? Tell us.
No, I mean,
All
don't say that. But the
well, right.
abbreviation.
So I'm like, wait, hold up. So I had to look at myself in the mirror, and I said, I can't make it in my past. I said, she can't think that I'm that. So I had to show who I was, and it happened. So it felt like I was kind of making fun of, because I was getting boundaries, and I'm just like, I thought we were on the same page, and that has happened twice in my relationship. So
That's horrible.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow, shout out to y'all brothers, man.
I love
keeping it
what
pure.
y'all are saying about like know your personality. Is that what you're saying?
Personnel.
Yes.
Personnel.
I love that. But Jude speaking about triggers. Like, I know when I'm tired, that don't need to be happening. I've never heard that one before. So that's really good. Okay.
I
Go
I
ahead.
feel like
So
okay.
no, go ahead.
No,
Or should I go?
yeah,
We're
go
letting
ahead.
the
Go
men
ahead,
go
Caleb.
first.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
Go ahead.
So for me, my perspective is that if you're like you already have your no or your boundary in place before you get into a situation, it's easier to kind of already go like, okay, now I'm preparing to make sure that I can say no or to position myself to where things won't have to go left.
Mm,
Obviously I don't have like a girlfriend that I'm having to be in consistent contact with.
yeah.
But when I've been in dates with women, one thing I like to do, I was literally just talking to my mom about this a couple hours ago, is that I don't, especially when it comes to first date, like I don't do stuff when sun is down. We go public places, and that's a safety thing for the woman anyway. But like, it's very difficult to end up in a place where you doing some stuff and there's a bunch of people already around you. You have to make a series of decisions to end up doing something you're not trying to do. I remember when I was in college, there was so I was a RA when I was in college. This meant I had my own room, and um, they gave them like condoms for their residents. So I had like a fresh bag of condoms. I lived in my own room, and my room had like bricks, so you wouldn't hear anything outside the room. There was this girl that I was really interested in at the time. For some reason, it was like a Thursday night. She came in the dorm. She didn't even live on campus. I had just taken a shower, had been in the gym, and she wanted to like just saunter into my room. And what I did at that time was I left the door open and I left the window, like the blinds, I left them like up. So I would have had to like do a lot of things to actually make something go down.
Mm,
And just so happened that one of her friends walked by and said, "Oh, look at her being a thought."
Oh my.
So obviously nothing happened, but uh like set myself up in a way that I was gonna be if I was gonna do something, I would have had to make a number of decisions
got it.
to get there. And I do that now. Is like I make sure that like I just bait like I can't keep saying yes, keep saying yes. I've already set myself up to succeed.
Okay. I have a quick question. This is for the men again because obviously this is for men to speak up a
Yeah.
little bit more.
Yep.
So with the women that y'all were sleeping around with before Jude and Justin, or no, what's his name? I'm talking to the right people, right? Jude and Justin. Justin is
Yeah.
hat with the hat, right? Okay, so before y'all were in these relationships and y'all were sleeping with other women, and such, I'm just going, welcome to Pillow Talk with the Iwegbus. Were these Christian women, or were y'all getting them? Like, were y'all getting these women from the church, or were these just every type of woman? And I have a reason
It,
why I'm
wa-
asking that.
I mean, it depends on what season of life I was in. I was probably, dibbling dabbling in both pools.
Okay,
So I'd probably say it was definitely Christian women and women who were not of the faith.
okay, got it.
For me, I've only dated Christian women, but I had situationship with non-Christian women.
Okay.
Gotcha.
So
Situationship.
Well,
yeah,
because I think there's this picture that we're painting as if men are the lustful ones, but who are they having sex with?
Hello.
come on.
Because it's like I gotta take back what I said a little earlier because I'm thinking about it. I'm like, well, who are they sleeping with? Like, who are they like? Are y'all laying down with women that y'all meeting at the club, or are these women that are in the church? And so I want to now jump to the women. Are we actually abstaining and actually upholding what we're saying? Because I'm gonna be honest, the people when I say either lie about abstinence or make up a lot of rules are women. These are not men that are saying, "Oh, I've been abstaining for 5 years," and they've been getting dome, that whole time. It's been women. Do you think that there is a thing where because there's this representation of being pure that y'all are kind of leaning toward, maybe not y'all, but women in general, leaning toward lying about it? And are we actually abstaining and upholding these boundaries that we say we are?
Well, I remember when I first started abstaining, it was hard. It was really hard for me, especially because I saw sex as love, right? Before I gave myself to Christ, before I got baptized, that's what I connected with as love.
Mm,
And so I had to change my whole perspective. I had to get in the word, I had to pray about it. And even with that, I'm telling people I'm abstaining. And I've fallen multiple times before I actually had the strength to really abstain. And that came with
Yeah.
a lot of prayer, that came with a lot of discipline, that came with a lot of things that I had to do to reach that point. But in the beginning, it's very hard. I fell multiple times before I actually got to that point.
Yeah.
And so I think it was just a matter of me. I did date somebody who was at church,
Yeah.
and you start to realize who respects your boundaries and who doesn't. And I was just at a very vulnerable point, and they knew that. And they would use certain things against you, right? They would use like, oh, well, you can do this. Oh, well, you can do that. And you're vulnerable at that point.
Yeah. I want to add to that. I do think maybe because sex is maybe slightly different from women and men. So, like what Sarah said, most likely what I see is women are falling with their boyfriends. So they're not necessarily like just, some women are just sleeping around. But most likely it's like once I fall in love, then yes, like I love him. So we're going to do this thing.
And then it was just like, I think it was Taylor that was saying it, that like because they want to have sex with them to keep them. They think that's going to keep them there.
Yes.
And then that's the sucky part for women is like, dang, because then when you don't, you've given that part away.
When you don't what?
Like when you don't, when that doesn't keep them, like when they still end up leaving you, and you've given that, and I think that goes back. Alicia was saying something earlier. She's like, we gonna be awkward in
Alicia's
church.
gone, right?
Yeah, she's gone.
Yeah, she had to leave at 8:30.
She's gone. Shout out to Isaiah.
Thank you, Alicia.
Isaiah is in here now. My boy Isaiah, he just stepped into the building.
Welcome in.
And the man is here.
I want to have Taylor respond to that question
my bad,
about
go ahead
before she loses her thought. Are we at, like, I guess the question is women, because men are sleeping with Christian women. So are we lying about abstaining? Are we actually struggling maybe deeper with lust than what we care to admit? Or what's personally for you and what you see?
Yeah. So I think with both, I think what's happening is kind of like she was saying just a few seconds ago, when it comes to like us as believers, we're striving, we have a desire to want to be pure or righteous or do things the right way. And a lot of times I'll say for the first time when I've had a situation with a person that was really actually had a heart for God and really was on fire for God, and we connected on a lot of things when it came to our passion for the kingdom and doing ministry and things like that. It actually becomes even more tempting when you connect on a spiritual level, and you can kind of see the reason why God designed sex for marriage, to glorify him, because that connection, that bond, that spiritual chemistry that comes from being with someone that is kingdom minded is totally different than a secular person you're just sleeping with, And so I think that when it comes to women who are believers, I'm the type where if I'm struggling, I'm not getting on my soapbox. I'm not, talking about abstinence and celibacy if I'm not doing that, so I'm like out the way, I'm repenting and I'm getting back up and trying again, and I'm just, going through my journey. But if I'm in a space of where I'm healing and I'm growing and I'm learning, and it's just me and God, and he's showing me things that I wouldn't have necessarily seen had I not went through a single kind of, solitary season, then that's when I can kind of express what I've learned through my imperfections, but not still justify the imperfections, And so I think the other issue is that a lot of secular women are now trying to be like the men, where it's like, well, I'm gonna just get some just because I want some, or I'm gonna get him before he get me, or and of course the music don't help. That's out these days, where it's like, get this nigga's money, get this. Sorry, can I say nigga? Get this person's money.
Come on with it. Let's go. Let's go.
And it's ran, and I think it's so toxic, because what it does is it reinforces this mindset, like how you were talking about earlier, TK, like where not all men were taught to honor their bodies. They were kind of like, oh man, you got 3 of them, you good, you doing your thing, you know what I mean? Right. Like where that mindset is reinforced. Like, well, all these hoes are gonna go. Like, let me just, I might as well, you know what I mean, do what I want. So it reinforces this toxic cycle where women are now like, well, I'm gonna get what I can, I'm gonna get what I want, and you better buy me something if I'm gonna give it up. Where you're basically prostituting out of the sake of saying you're not gonna treat me like that and not get nothing, and I'm not gonna get nothing out of it. You know, so I think it's just. It's a lot of it's a woo for sure.
Fire signs for that, y'all. Fire signs in the chat for that one. Okay, you want to introduce your friend, Isaiah?
Yeah, Isaiah. Hold on 1 second.
Are you actually single, Isaiah? Because we only got one true single man on here.
What's good, Isaiah? Introduce yourself. Let us know who you are. Just 60 seconds, like what you do, something unique about you. Let us know.
What's up, family? So my name is Isaiah. I am actually not single. I just got off of these streets a couple months ago. I ain't even gonna hold you.
Oh, that's Isaiah. I didn't even see
Yeah, I'm off
Isaiah,
the shelf.
I'm so sorry. I cannot see you from over here. Okay,
No, it's all good. Yeah, I am off the shelf.
Got it.
Thank God, hallelujah.
Just in the race.
Yeah. I'm in the racing.
Okay.
Yeah, man. I'm in love with music. I'm in love with God. That's how He uses me to give back to His kingdom. So
Amen.
I'm grateful to be here. I love y'all union. And I'm grateful to be able to be here today with y'all.
Man, yes, welcome in, y'all. Fire signs in the chat for Isaiah. Yes. So we're actually going to have you answer this question. We're talking about abstinence right now, sex in general with Christians.
Before we go, really quickly here. Hey, we got, let's see, 60. Hey, let's get them likes up.
With the chat.
Let's get them likes up. Yeah, let's get it real quickly before we
jump
into that.
Going hard. We had to block 5 people already. Chill, guys. Yeah. My goodness.
Hey, it's going. People got a strong opinions when it comes to this type of stuff.
Oh my goodness, y'all are wild.
They don't play. Hey,
oh my God, I'm texting like block them, get them out.
They tripping. Hey,
but welcome in, everybody, y'all. Yeah. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. What's up, baby?
Yes, go ahead. You good?
No, I was just saying, like, comment, subscribe. I hope that y'all are enjoying this show as much as we are. We're getting insight on all the things. Yes, Isaiah, what we're talking about right now is intimacy. What we said was we found out once we got here in Atlanta that abstaining is not the same to everyone. So we found out that people are having orgasms all the way up until marriage, and they consider that abstinence as long as there isn't intercourse. First and foremost, we asked everyone, what does abstaining mean to you? But I want to jump into your standards, your boundaries, and what you are practicing to abstain as best as you can. And how you feel about people being able to get all the things done and say that they're still abstaining.
Yeah, so I've been tapped in since the very beginning. I saw your music video and all that.
Oh, okay, great.
so I'm here. Okay. Yeah, I've been tapped in, but for me, yeah, all across the board, everything shut down. That's easy. We just simplify it like that. But I will say to one of our brother's points earlier that I love that he made as far as like the microwave dating culture that's going on today, tied into that to spin that point back around. There is like
hold on, Isaiah, real quick. Is that your background?
It just may be. Let me isolate.
Yeah. Oh, you saying it sound like sports?
It sound like a big crowd.
Okay, did that make it better?
I don't think that's him.
You don't think it's him?
It is. It is.
Okay.
Oh, I can hear him though. Can y'all hear him?
I can hear him. Go ahead. Yeah. Just keep speaking, bro.
Okay. Yeah, to spin back around to that point, with that expectation of kind of wanting it fast, wanting that time frame to be, very, very small. There is a lack of room that's provided on both sides, men and women, to be able to be vulnerable, enough to feel like the relationship that y'all have been building and be able to create within that short span to express, really, really 100% all the
Yep.
way from the heart. How much of a space of a safe space is there in this amount of time between one another? You know?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I love it. Great point, y'all. Clap it up, y'all, for that. That was a great point. And I want to bring it back a little bit because I feel like I'm hearing in general that from the men that there's this pressure. There is a pressure to show up a certain way. There's a pressure to move in a certain amount of time. And y'all would have been mad at me because I think I just posted on my story today, like, hey, if a man is wasting your time. So I'm glad that I'm hearing this from y'all tonight because I think it will be one thing. Okay, so the men are saying that there's a form of pressure. Are we all agreeing to that? Is that kind of the
Y'all
gist?
agree with that, man?
I agree.
Yeah.
Okay, and then the women are like, I'm 35. What have you been doing all this time to where you're still not prepared? Do we kind of agree with that?
I,
No.
I think that I think that happens for some women.
Okay, no, who just said no?
Yeah.
Me.
Sarah, so you don't feel like you have that mindset of like, okay, I meet a 40-year-old. Why are you still not? You don't feel that way.
I feel like everybody matures differently. It just depends on their environment. It depends on the work that they've been doing on themselves, no matter what age they are. They could be 50 something. They could be immature and not ready.
Yes, and that's the point I'm literally leading up to because I feel like maybe what isn't normalized, maybe in the Christian culture, what isn't normalized is something that Isaiah kind of said, like just the vulnerability that is involved with relationships. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, hey, I don't have this. And kind of back to what Taylor said, what it is sounding like is that the world has infiltrated the church. The world has infiltrated the body of Christ, right? So where the
Right.
world says, have 6 figures, have this, have that, have a house, have this, Christians and believers, like I say this all the time, like I'm so grateful that I didn't wait to make sure my husband is gonna get this and get that. I would have missed out on him.
Right.
I would have took an L. But I also do understand the aspect of I'm a grown woman and I got my stuff together. I would like to have a man that has his stuff together. So leading to my question, what do y'all feel like if you could create a happy scenario for Christians to be able to intermingle with one another with no pressure, what does that even look like? And we're asking this because we literally have no idea. Does that mean just events that don't say Christian? But then y'all want God-fearing men and y'all want God-fearing women, so that's kind of hard. Like, what does it, if any of y'all can think of anything like, okay, we don't really want to go to these Christian events because then there's that pressure. All the women want to find their husbands. What?
Well, I think
Go
I
ahead.
think if the I think if a, I think I don't think it's a problem for churches to do things. I just think it becomes a little bit kind of challenging when it becomes like a singles thing
Got
because
it.
now there's the pressure of, oh, we got to meet people. I think so. This is just my perspective, and this is my perspective. I think that if a church leans into things that men already enjoy doing, they will not have a problem getting men to come. So I live in Atlanta, right? Just the other day, there's like a run group, exercise group that I follow, the Hills for ATL. They had a men's night. They had like 300 men that showed up to just run for a couple miles. They didn't
Wow.
have to, they didn't have to like force or prod or do anything special other than just say, yo, fellas, meeting up this day at this time, we about to run. That's all they did. But men already enjoy exercise and kind of hanging out. I'm guaranteed that a good portion of the men that were there are single men. Now, I'm not saying they're all men that need to be, that they're men that are men of God and all that. But I already know that there wasn't like this struggle to get them to show up. Because
Wow.
men in the world also generally don't come to go to singles events either. So this
Right.
is just kind of like a thing across the board. But what I'm saying is that like if they were like, I'm not saying what this has to happen, but like a basketball tournament, you don't have to force men to try to do a
I
basketball
love it.
tournament or a
Yes.
flag football or
Yeah.
something. And then when I was in college, I would go to the gym and play basketball, pick up basketball. There used to be women that would come and literally just sit on the side and just watch us play. They didn't play. They didn't even have no homework to do. They were just
Right.
watching us play.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying that I think that's a good thing, but my whole point is that women kind of would just go. I think what would happen more often is that women will go where men are just because men are there, more so than men are going where women are just because women are there.
Yes, 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 yes.
So,
So
so
yeah.
like, I think if the church leans or whoever is leans more into what men are going to enjoy doing, because I remember the Hills for ATL used to have women that would go and stand on the side and watch the workout, and they were there just so somebody could try to potentially choose them. Like men don't typically move like that. Men don't typically just go to women's only space or women dominant spaces just to
Right.
hope to be chose. That's not
Right.
the typical experience.
Just the opposite.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love
Yeah.
I love
Yeah.
that. I have
Yeah.
like 10 light bulbs. Okay, and whoever wants to
M-
jump in,
Me
go ahead.
too. Me too. So what I'm hearing is, and what I've observed is that men like to chase, right? And then they also like a safe space and they like for things to be genuine. They don't like things to be forced. They don't like things to be just too much. They like things to go
Yeah.
naturally. And again, they like to know that they have a safe space. And if not, they're never
Yeah.
going to be vulnerable enough to do, to pick
Yeah.
you.
And
I
I
love
think
that.
showing up to
Yes.
like a Christian's, even like a Christian's event kind of thing, I think if I were to think from the mind of a man, it would kind of almost being like going to a free lecture, like where it's like, okay, there's probably going to be some sort of like
Yeah.
coloring book where I got to write about my feelings. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't sound
Yeah.
appealing. It's just like,
Oh,
there's
dang.
going to be women there. I can definitely get rejected. I can definitely
Yeah.
have to open up and be vulnerable for what, so it's
Hmm.
just kind of like the expectation of showing up to a singles event where it's like ladies just like ladies night and guys are just like, how many
Yeah.
of y'all
It's
gonna get
literally
rejected
a
by
ladies'
today?
night. It's
Literally,
Literally.
Yeah.
literally a ladies' night. That's
literally.
why guys don't
And
be
so I
coming. Like
think I
we
think
don't
that'll
Mm-hmm.
be
feel
good
safe.
Oh,
to
It's
yeah.
we don't trust the environment. It's reward. They reward spiritual talk over real transformations. Like there's so many.
Yeah.
And then when you get there, you girls are in packs, right? So it could be me, my boy, right? And then it's like five of y'all, and we want to talk to one person. Well, it's all five of y'all, and that could be a little bit intimidating. So we
Right.
go over there, we having conversation.
Hmm.
Yeah, I approach you because I'm attracted to you, but I realize we're not connecting like personality. Then I still get
Hmm.
your number or your Instagram, but I'm now talking to your friend who I'm connecting personality wise, and I got
Right. And now it's
and
awkward.
now I'm talking to her and you, and y'all talking about each other. Oh yeah, you called me. Oh, he called you too. And then y'all mad at me because I'm trying to figure out who I might like. And then that's just one group of friends. Then I go over to another group of friends because I'm a social butterfly, and I talk to this person and I get their number, and then I go to another group of people, and then y'all just think that I'm just like
You out here being
Just
out.
hopping.
I'm being the guy,
Yeah.
right?
Just
And then
hopping
y'all
out here.
upset because y'all running packs. Like it just be me and the fella, me and the
I
boy.
think it should be like a game night, like something fun to where it takes off the pressure of come get rejected or come prove your worth, to these
Come get
people like
rejected.
Come get
like
rejected or
make
prove your
it
worth.
fun. Yeah, like that sounds like a gauntlet. Like nobody would want to go there. And I can understand why men are like singles night. I'd rather be
Come
married
get
to myself, So
hold on, I gotta hold on.
Come get
And
rejected
y'all
or
want a
prove
thug
your
who
worth.
Hold
saved.
on. Singles night. Men,
Y'all,
come get
y'all,
rejected.
y'all want a thug
That's
who is
crazy
saved.
work.
Come get
I had a
rejected.
thought about that
Y'all really
name.
want a thug who is saved, and that's what y'all really
Oh,
want.
Wait,
Yeah,
say that
I
y'all.
sit
again.
on the I
woo.
sit on the other side of the fence though.
Hold on.
Okay, who's that, Justin?
Yep.
Yeah, I
Go
sit on the
ahead.
other side of the fence. I don't think there has to be pressure at singles night. I think you are pressured if you're not ready. I went to a few singles events when I was single. I had no issues moving around the room. I get the idea of like it's a lot of people. I'm just not going to talk to that group, right? Like, I mean,
Yeah.
that's just you got a lot of choices here, and you can find creative ways to make a move. I think most men aren't really ready enough to be in a setting where, okay, I gotta pick, and because that woman is going to expect a date probably in a week or two. That woman is going to
Yeah.
expect some type of intentionality. I think most men are able to get a cheaper version of what the church is able to offer in a Christian space, so they don't show up.
Ooh, cheaper version.
I had a
Mm.
thought.
I don't know if you need to say, brother.
I had a thought when you guys were saying singles night. It sounds so feminine where it doesn't attract the men. So if you
Yeah.
change the name, maybe fellowship, like I forgot her name. She was saying game night, like something where it can attract the
I
men
like
to
that.
come.
Yep.
Because we
Yeah.
always, the women will have pride in calling themselves single. You got Beyonce saying all the single ladies, but
Right.
men don't say I'm single. They don't take pride in saying that they're
Right.
single.
Yeah.
So putting the word single in an event, it attract women because it's so feminine. The word is so
Yes.
feminine.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
kind of
I
Yeah.
think
disagree with
that's
that.
what. Oh, you disagree?
You just
Yeah, I disagree because if you're in the world, the best night to go out on the club is on singles night if you're a fellas
Mm,
because there's more singles, right?
because it's
But that's what
yeah.
I think. This is why, and to Justin point and to many, it's okay if Christian men don't come to Christian singles if they're not ready because we're not going to want to waste your time. You don't want somebody who's wasting, right? So
Right.
why would they come? Like, if you were, would you come to a Pokemon conference if you're not, you know, you
Exactly.
don't have Pokemon cards? Like, we just
Exactly.
not there. So it's the same thing. It's like I'm not. I'm single. I'm a Christian, but in my with the stereotype, do I know that if I get there, I'm ready to move forward with a relationship X, Y, and Z?
Yes. I love it. Okay, y'all,
I
we're
love.
gonna pivot just a little bit. Go
Let's
ahead, babe.
let's see. Yeah, let's pivot to the chat. Let's see if some people got some
Yeah, we're gonna
questions.
pivot to the chat. Are we about to be wrapping up? Because
A
that's what I
little.
was about to announce.
Okay. Yeah, well, let's see what's going on in the chat. See if
Okay.
anyone. Hey, y'all got any questions for the singles that's
Yes,
on
any
here? Real quickly,
questions?
drop it in there. We'll go back. Let's see if there's anything that was said. Hey,
It
shout
just
out to
sounds.
everyone so far. I told
A
y'all to
lot of
keep it
people are going
real.
to change. What's it called?
The change
Singles night.
no
Yeah.
relationships uncensored. So if y'all
Yes.
watching this and y'all in Atlanta, Change Church has relationships uncensored.
Yeah, there's
So,
no questions.
no questions there.
They just love what y'all say. So
Man, y'all
kudos
have,
to y'all.
y'all
Y'all
have kept it
praise the
real,
Lord. Yes, very much so.
raw.
Speaking of real and raw,
What's that?
we want to know, as Christians, do y'all have any insane, bizarre dating experiences? Like one that's like you would not believe what these people are doing out here. We definitely want to know y'all experiences because I
Jude.
have heard a few, and the main thing that I have heard is that women have been at an event, at a concert, kikiing with a man, and then at the very end they find out they're a husband. Any of y'all have experienced anything that you could think of that has just been bizarre, insane, just for
Um,
kikis?
yeah. I mean, men be in my DMs all the time talking about I like your hair. I can't wait to mess it up. And I'm just like, what makes you think that you have like what makes you think that like am I supposed to like just run in your arms and just be like, yeah, thank you so much? Like I just
Exactly.
I just feel like some of them are just so bold because they're speaking through social media or a DM or
Yeah.
something. But I get so many bold statements
Bold
from
sexuals. Yeah.
yes, very
Very
sexual.
odd.
Hmm.
Listen,
I
if
don't know. Do
I
we?
get them as a married woman,
Man,
I
listen.
got
Oh,
one
Oh,
today.
she get
Oh no.
oh my God.
I done got videos that made me, because I saw it, have to repent. I'm like, what is wrong with y'all? Like absolutely
Hmm.
sickening. And then go on their thing, Matthew 6:33. Huh?
Oh my
yeah.
gosh.
What the
Oh
freak?
my.
Okay.
Baby.
Whoever's next, go ahead.
Yeah.
I've I've been on a date. Literally, I've been on a date, um, and like that was like Monday, Tuesday within that week. By Friday, this is place out here in Atlanta. It's like a lounge. I forgot the name of the lounge. Um,
What is it called?
but
What? Like
it's
Pasha or something?
Pasha?
it's not Pasha. It's actually more so towards like priestry orders. It'll come back to me,
Okay.
but but yeah, and I follow them. Now I'm looking for a spot to go to one night just to step out, and I'm scrolling through the Instagram to find a nice post. You know what I mean? Just to show the food. And one of the posts that I click on, the girl that I just went out on a date on was getting a girlfriend proposal. Will you be my
Oh,
girlfriend? I'm talking about the big joint and all of that in the
What?
oh
spot. And
God.
I was just outside with her earlier that week.
Jesus.
Crazy work. Crazy work. These
What?
streets is
That
nasty, y'all.
sucks. The streets are
It's
nasty.
wild.
That's really
Absolutely
wild.
wild.
My goodness.
It
Listen, I have been invited to on a date. Plan date, this is the time we meet in, be cute, da 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 da, XYZ, eat my food, we had a good time. Check comes.
No.
Oh, yo, I left my wallet in the car.
You
I
Go
would have
get
said
it.
me too.
Go
Oh
get it.
It's like
wow.
the oldest.
Go get it.
Tell that man to go
That's
get
the
it.
oldest game in the book.
Go get it.
Why you even invite me out? Like, you knew you didn't have no money for this date. Were you
Jesus.
robbing here?
Yeah.
Right. Like you
Yeah.
ain't need your
Because
money
I'm
to
the good
drive.
because I'm the good Christian woman that I am,
Mm.
Mm,
I paid for it.
Oh, girl.
But
mm.
y'all, I got paid back. Don't
You
try
better
me.
minister. You better minister, honey.
I got paid back
Okay.
within minutes. But I was like, bruh,
Hey.
why would you do that?
Yeah.
Why
And I
would you
mean,
even come
here's my
out?
number.
I
Wow.
think what the craziest thing that I've seen, like one of my friends, she was telling me about like a recent experience that she had where she was talking to a guy. They were just like, chatting. He kind of expressed kind of vaguely that he was feeling her. She was feeling him. And then she had said something like about like, so what are your goals or what are your intentions, like, and not the pressury kind, like, so what are we, but it was more like,
Mm-hmm.
like, what's your goals, what's your intentions in life? And like the next day the dude posted on Instagram a picture of him cooking for this girl that was apparently his girlfriend that he was going to be engaged to soon.
Oh,
And I think
Whoa.
the issue is who, I can't remember who it was that was right. I can't remember who it was that was talking about like when men have options. I think it's like, and this all ties into if a man's not submitted to God,
yep.
he won't be able to hear from God to know which one is actually the one because he'll be
Mm.
flesh led to be like, this one got a banging body, this one funny, this
Exactly.
one, this one a thotty, she gonna
Flesh.
do everything I want. Like, you know what I mean? So it's like they have all of these bees flying around their head that
Mm-hmm.
that they think is like fireworks, but really you about to get stung,
Right.
So it's like
Right.
they looking at the wrong things when if they're really led by God and submitted to God and not being perfect, but really having a desire to say, I need to change. And I want my woman to have that same thing. I don't want my woman to pressure me to have sex and I'm trying to live a godly life. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because it does go both ways.
Mm-hmm.
So I think when men have those options in some cases, they can kind of play the field too long and the street
Mm.
lights been on and now
Yes.
they locked out the house and they it's cold
Yep.
outside. So
Hmm.
and
I
that can
have a
go both
question to
ways.
that. I have a question.
What's up?
Now, most time we know that, and they talk about this in Christian space and even in the Bible, that a man should be a priest. That's mean a man of God, a provider. That's mean you can see that, and a protector. And you can see those three characteristics on the first date. Did he
Mm-hmm.
pray? Did he pay? Did he put you on the right side of the street? Open the doors. What are the three characteristics that a man should be able to see on the first date on a woman to see if she got some biblical characteristic? Because you can
Mm.
see mine up front. You don't have to necessarily wait until
That's a
I'm
good
married to see that I'm a priest, that I'm a protector and a provider. You don't have to wait till marriage to see those qualities.
yeah.
But something like submission, I may have to wait. So, what are the things that a man has to see, or the three things? And I've always been interested when I ask this question because I always get this pause from women to be like, So, yeah.
I think so.
So you
Oh,
don't have to wait
go
to
ahead.
see submission, right? Because if you open the door for her and she walks through the door, she's submitting to the fact that you're being a gentleman. But if you open the door for her and she's like, nah, I can get my own door, you already know off the rip she ain't gonna be submitted to what you gotta say. So she's like, I don't believe in chivalry and stuff like that, right? So that off the bat is one thing that you could be looking for as far as submission is concerned. So you don't even have to wait for that, right? Or even if she insists on paying for the check, because I know some women out here are like, I insist on paying for my own stuff. It's like, why don't you just let the man be the man? Like you are in this is your opportunity to relax and and let the man do what he is called to do, which is protect, which is like you said, protect and to make you feel safe and secure. So right there off the bat. If she's like fighting against you over some open door, that's a red flag.
I mean,
I would
But I
for
just
say
don't
it
feel like
might
women are
be.
gonna do that first date. They're showing up as their representatives.
For sure.
They're showing up
Yeah.
as their best selves. So Jude, I love
mhm.
the question that
I was just
that
gonna say that.
yeah, like
Yeah,
they're
I
gonna
love that point.
yes.
I love
No,
that
thank
point
you. No, thank
I feel
because
you.
like for, I
because
feel like
like
for both.
like
I
at the
feel like
same
for
at the
both
same
people, for both
right.
people, for
For
men
both
and
That's
people,
women,
true.
yes,
you know, they
Yeah.
yes,
show up as what they think that you want to see, right? Or you,
exactly.
or that you want, like, you know. But it takes time to really see all seasons of someone. How do they make decisions? How do they deal with pressure? How do they deal with problems? How do they act when there's certain situations that pop up? How do they act when you disappoint them? How does she make those decisions? You know what I mean? How does she move? Is she soft? Is she hard? It takes time to really see all seasons of someone. And so that's why I don't
Yeah.
agree with people getting married within 6 months. Like, you haven't even seen all sides of this of someone yet, you know?
That's
I don't
that's
agree
true.
that it takes a
Let,
certain
let,
amount of time.
Yeah, I agree
Six
too. I feel
months.
the same
God
way.
could reveal. God
go,
could
go,
reveal
Yeah,
it to
I don't
you.
agree
Yeah,
because
If
I
you
agree
have a
with that.
relationship with God, I'm sorry.
here,
If you
Justin.
have a
Oh, go ahead. Go
if
ahead.
you have a closer relationship with God, not saying not trying to look at everybody. 6 months, you'll be surprised.
Oh, for
God
sure.
is in control of time. There's so much
Right.
that can be revealed. If especially with discernment, you
Exactly.
see the red flags, you know if this person's for you, you know if you can see a future. In 6 months, there's people that's been married for so long because God revealed that was their spouse, that was their husband or wife.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, because I
I
know
think
people
just
who met within 3 months and got married within 3 months and are been married for 20 plus years. So,
It
like,
depends on your relationship with God and how close
yeah,
you are with God.
Well,
Yes.
I
so
Yeah,
agree.
I think it's
earlier,
very very help just from the aspect of third way thinking.
come on.
We got to be able to walk in on both sides, ladies and gents. Sharpening up our discernment. You
Yes.
know, just like Drew said, yeah, our antennas are up when we're at the table, um, but our antennas need to be up when we in the car.
Right.
Come on.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Before
Yes.
before we walk in, um, you as we're sitting at that table, whether it's dinner, wherever we at, asking God to speak. Father, speak to me, reveal something
Exactly.
fresh to me, show me something that my eyes can't see. You get what I'm saying? You got to be able to have him at the table, as we're breaking bread.
I love that. It
Mhm.
sounds
so
like as you're
That's right.
dating, you need to be praying, God, show
Yes.
Yeah.
me. And then when
Pray
God
without
shows
ceasing.
you, more so I'm speaking to ladies, when God shows you that he's not the one actually walking
Come
Like,
on.
stand
away.
on that.
Yeah,
Yes.
standing on it. Babe, do you so we have someone else that we're gonna bring
Yeah,
in.
yeah,
So we might be swapping one of you out to bring in another man. You wanna
yeah,
just bring him in?
yeah. We got it. Yeah, we got. Well, how
What's
many
wrong?
we got? See, 20 women.
You're gonna have to swap out because we can only have 10 people in at a time.
Okay.
We can,
Anybody who got a
Let
yeah,
me get let me
I,
who got somewhere to be?
I'm I'm here at this little Mexican restaurant about to dive into these
Oh,
tacos.
all right.
go ahead,
I
man.
love
We
you. I
appreciate you,
love
bro.
you.
Any
Save
last
us
word?
some.
Any last words,
Yeah.
bro?
May the Lord watch between me and thee.
We
Thank you,
appreciate you, bro.
Isaiah.
Thank you for
Everybody say
I
joining
bye,
us.
love
Isaiah.
y'all. I love y'all.
Love y'all.
All
Love
right.
you. All
Love you,
right.
bro.
We got our brother coming up.
1 second.
Now, listen, this man of God is a comedian. He gonna make y'all laugh, but we
Oh
gonna need
gosh.
some real conversations on top of laughing. Is he up? I can't see
I
him.
just laughing just because he just got up already, man. This dude right here pulls no punches.
Yeah.
Yeah, hide your kids. If anybody got kids watching, I just don't know.
No, don't say
Legacy
that.
the Prince.
Welcome in, Legacy. Tell them who you are and what you do, real quick.
Yo, what up, man? Y'all can hear me?
Yes,
Yeah.
we can.
What's good, everybody, man? I'm Legacy the Prince, yo. I'm a radio station host, Fresh Leftovers radio show, man. I'm a
Awesome.
comedian as well. Man, just yeah, I just love God, love my people, I love what I do, and we're gonna have a good time tonight, man. Thank you for the invite.
Okay, Legacy, what are we? Are we single in a relationship, engaged? marriage or in a
For me,
situationship? Uh-huh.
y'all want me to be real?
Yes.
Bro, listen.
So listen, Legacy. The reason why I'm asking, because I'm like, where can we
Yeah,
go?
yeah. Let us
Nah,
know what's off
we
limit.
hey, we go to the. Y'all know me. I'm an open book. I'm signing
Uh-oh.
papers tomorrow, so
Okay.
I'm signing my divorce papers tomorrow. So
All
that's where
righty.
I'm at.
Well,
I mean, y'all can
there you
say
go.
congratulations. That's fine.
You have to
I
get
thought he was signing marriage papers.
Oh,
Oh
That's what I'm
no,
thinking.
I'm
Me
like,
nah,
too. I
man.
thought he was about
I'm
to
about
sign
to.
a
I'm about
marriage
to.
license. That's why I
I'm
was
about
like,
to. I'm about to
yeah.
get my 7 years back. That's what I'm about to go do.
Oh, all right.
okay,
So I
Legacy.
mean,
I want to jump right
Congratulations.
in because you just said you want to get your 7 years back.
yeah.
I wanna jump in. We're gonna go deep in the field, right? I was in a meeting a couple of weeks ago, and the question was, when was the most peaceful time of your life? And a
When she
man,
was in your class,
no,
Hi, mommy.
Jesus.
when she was in your LOL class, ladies of light, it was peaceful at the
Shout
crib.
out to Ladies of Light. We saving marriages. Well,
we was trying.
we didn't save that one, but the question was, when was the most peaceful time? And a man said after he got divorced. And I was talking to my husband, and I said, I'm in rooms with so many divorcees that are like, oh my God, thank you, Lord, that is done with, which is what we are trying to help people not experience. So, from your perspective of, going through a divorce, walking away, trying to do the best you can moving forward, in the beginning of dating, the signs that you saw, just throw out something that you're like, if I would have just paid attention, if I can tell a single person, dude or young woman or sister, pay attention to this, don't do this, from your own experience, what would that be?
I would say from my own experience, I would say the biggest thing is really tapping in to see if a person is really submitted to God. Because if you're not submitted to God on a deep level, like you'll never be submitted to one to another. Period.
Yep.
And I think that's the biggest thing. Like if you can't submit to God, you'll never submit to the man form of like the priest form of God in your home at all. So I think that's the biggest thing. And you could really kind of see that over time. So I think that's one thing if I would have really kind of like dove into, because you know me, I used to be way worse. I was really really bad. So it was always easy to kind of like, yo, leg, you need to change this, change that. But I would have been more attentive to the idea of, is this person actually submitted to God? And I mean like on a deep, deep, deep level, not just on the
Yep.
surface level. Like can God correct you about you? And you really like go sit down and be like, yo, I'm gonna look in this mirror for like, let me just, dang, yo, God, dang, that dude makes, yeah, I do be doing that. So he really not tripping, or she not really tripping. Like,
Yeah.
dang,
Yeah.
can God really hit you can God hit you deep in that core spot that only he could really reach? And you really be like, yo, you know what, God? I need to go put that under the cross, like for real. I need to uproot that. Like, I need to wring that out because that's really a thing. And
Yes.
homie really not tripping, or she's not tripping. Like I like your legacy. You got anger problems. Okay, I gotta go
Right.
sit down with that. You
Yep.
like, yo, God, why am I still like this, my boy? Like, why is it like I really gotta go deal with that? You feel me? Instead
Yes.
of like, yo, nah, it's not that. Nah, you know what I'm saying? Like, can you submit the correction that God is giving you? Because if you can't submit to God's correction and really look within yourself and be accountable to yourself and be acknowledging of that, then it'll never work. I don't care what you say. I don't care how much prayer you pray from your
Yep.
opposite side of the field, and you could pray all day. You could be, you could be prayer warrior, all that. If the person is not submitting to God, period, there's nothing you can say. You feel me? So I just think that's just and yeah, I'm not deep like everybody else on the line
No, that
because
was
y'all
very
y'all was
spiritual.
going in.
That was very
But
much so
That,
deep.
that was
Very
deep.
legacy, real quick. So I don't want you to necessarily go into your own personal
now
situation,
let's do
but
it.
that is still
She
my
said, Alicia
y'all.
gave it to you.
That is still my sister. We're not gonna do the most.
Yeah.
But what I will say is something that when me and Namdi we've talked about, very hard times that we had in the beginning of our marriage, wanting to walk away, wanting to leave. We were in the midst of custody battles, and I was a very hard to deal with wife. My husband wasn't the greatest either.
Real talk.
And I think about how now one of the just major transformations and just one of the things is that we go to the prayer closet. So when I tell my husband something, hey, you're being a little this, you're being a little that, I can trust, I know he's going to that prayer closet and I know my God. My God is going to reveal that to him, right? And vice versa. One thing that I feel like I want you to talk about, Legacy, is you can meet somebody that is actually really beautiful and run them away because of your inability to see yourself. And I'm adding on to this, and I see this, ladies, don't beat me up. I'm a mentor, so I talk to women all the time, but I see this mainly with women. Women that are having a difficult time to say, you know, let me say this. Even when I ask about lust and I ask about abstaining, the way that women answer it and the way that men answer it is really different. A man will say, yeah, man, a woman will soften it up a little bit, right? There's this thing of like perspective in who I should be, but it's like, but you're not that. So let's try to be that. Let's try to work through that. The question that I'm asking is, as you are now walking away from a marriage of 7 years,
Yeah, 7 years, 2 kids.
I'm not trying to bring you deep into the past.
Man, we here. What's up?
If it was just that one thing of accountability and awareness, would you still be married?
Absolutely. Like, absolutely. What? Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? Because the thing is, I feel like when you try to when you accountable, and you aware and you're acknowledging like you're still in the fight for the progression of the relationship. You feel me? When you say, nah, it's yo, I don't got no kid, and vice versa. You know what I'm saying? If legacy say, let me put it on me. If legacy say, um, and first and foremost, let me just preface this. Like everything that I say is with the, y'all know me, so I got the utmost honor and respect for Tess. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So y'all know how I roll. I don't do nothing. We just talking. Um, but I feel like whenever you take accountability and acknowledgement out of the picture, you stop fighting for the growth of the relationship because now you're saying, I don't have anything else to work on. It's you. So it's just like, hell no, nigga, we got a whole textbook of like, what's up? Nah, that textbook ain't mine. That ain't legacy textbook. That's your textbook.
Yeah.
And it's just like, there's nothing you could do. You almost feel trapped because it's like, yo, like you can move heaven and earth, and it's still not like, yo, there's nothing you can do. You know what I mean? And you just in the fight by yourself, and it's like, yo, you can pray, and a lot of times people, they give you the Christian answer, which is right, but pray, pray, pray. But then at some point, it's just like, yo, I'm really in this battle. I'm in this war zone by myself. Like I used to, like just even I love boxing, so you can't go into a championship fight and just walk in the ring and not have an opponent to fight with. You know what I mean? At that point, you just in the ring. You just in the ring by yourself, shadow boxing. Just this is what you're doing. It's like, nah, it's a tag team match, and we gotta go. So now I'm just fighting all of this by myself, and it's like you don't got a partner. And it's tough because it's you never get married to for it to end.
Get divorced, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You get married with the idea that like, yo, me and you gonna be on a rocking chair at 90 something years old. One of us gonna fall asleep and not wake up.
Yeah.
Come on.
You feel me? Like that's always been the picture in my head.
Yeah.
You feel me? But much love, much respect.
Yeah.
Especially honor. You know what I'm saying? Y'all follow me, so y'all know. Like it's always honor, it's always love. Anything I post is always love. Birthday shout outs, Mother's Day shout outs, gifts, all like because at the end of the day, I still have to honor you. I still have to love, I still have to show respect. And that's my, I have to be the example of a husband that my girls will want to, you know what I'm saying? So
Marry one day. Yeah. Fire
yeah.
in the chat for that, y'all. Thank you for your transparency,
Appreciate
Legacy.
it, man. That's good, man. Still showing that honor.
I wanna ask one last question to Legacy. When you were dating, did you see the characteristics, the traits that made you leave before y'all got married?
When we were dating, did I see the characteristics and
That
the
made you walk away.
traits that made me walk away? Um, I would say no.
Hmm.
So you can see like even a sprinkle that was like, I might need
Might not
to.
ever
That might be like that
apologize.
might not be a red.
Well,
It might
I would
be
say
a
this,
little.
right? Well, wait, I'm sorry. You said what, TK?
Well, I'm saying, okay, let's say that we're talking about accountability. So if someone is not holding themselves accountable, most likely they never apologize. It's always, I think with dating, not apologizing is like, I'm just gonna come over and give you some cake and some booty instead of saying I'm sorry. Like,
I mean,
we're
cake and booty was an acceptable apology when we was dating. I mean, if we gonna be then we gonna be real or not? What you saying? I'm gonna take my slice and
Oh
eat it
my
too, baby. That's for
god.
sure what I was gonna do. We was
Especially
fornicating
if you're
way
married.
before the wedding ring, so it was
right.
I thought we was gonna be real in here.
No,
What's
we
up?
are. Go ahead,
Hey,
King.
We gonna be real
Go
or
yes,
not?
ahead.
Like,
Go
I'm
ahead.
gonna
be
take my
real.
slice and eat it too.
Okay.
But did I see the character traits? I would say this, right? I always kind of, I always, yeah, we gonna have a good time because we crack jokes, but we gonna be serious, you know.
Yeah, for
But I
sure.
would say this, I think because when we were dating, um, there was so much development that I personally had to do that I didn't really focus on the flaws of the other person because I was too busy kind of like developing myself to be the type of man that you would want. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? That
Yeah.
I can that you can see as a marriable person, or if that's
Yeah.
even a word. But I was so focused on developing in those areas that I didn't really sit down and be like, yo. I didn't really have a Richter scale or the proper training to look for these things. Like, shout out to Nandi because he was teaching me about just having a non-negotiable list of
Yeah.
things that you're just willing to not like move on. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't even, we got married at 25.
Yeah.
We met right out of high school, so it was like 2012. So
Wow.
like I've known her all together for 14 years. So when you that young, you're not really thinking about like seeing a person from a non-negotiable list or the character
Got you.
flaws. Me personally, I was focused on like, yo, let me change this about me because I want to develop into the type of husband
Mm.
that can be, you know what I'm saying, like the proper
Yes.
husband or the proper material for this. So I was always focused on that. Like,
Got
all
you.
right, bet you saying this. Okay, let me go change that. All right, you saying this, or I need to work on this, or you and somebody else said that too. So it's like, all right, cool. God, I got this thing I need to work on. Like, can you help me out? I was always in a position of developing constantly. You know what I'm saying? The only thing I didn't really develop in is my fitness the way I should. Shout out to Jude because I know Jude the homie. So I know Jude. You see, I know Fat Jude. Y'all don't know Fat Jude. I know Fat
What? I
Jude.
don't know that
God,
dude.
You didn't know he
Okay.
was
I
fat.
know
What?
I know Fat Jude. And then Jude just popped up one day like
Not
built
him
like an
calling you
action
out.
figure.
That's
He popped up built like an
crazy.
action figure. I was like, bro, where the side moves, bro? Where the like, where
Yeah, I gotta get back
the,
on that show,
like,
cuz I gotta get back on your show.
yo,
You
pull up on me, brother. You know the vibes, man.
Hilarious.
But yeah, I was so conscious about developing
Yeah.
that I didn't really sit down and think about it from that perspective. So
Yeah,
yeah, so
it's
when
wrapping
things
up
kind of
now.
came full circle
I'm about to
as we
finally
got
use those papers.
older, I'm sorry.
No, you
No,
good. Go ahead.
somebody need to be
I
muted.
muted him.
Oh yeah, yeah. So I was saying, as we got older, then now it's like, okay, cool. I know I'm making these changes. I'm not perfect, but hey, let's spin the mirror around a little bit. Let me see myself. Like, all right, cool. I still got a little something, something here. Let me flip the mirror back around. Like, hey, hey, like,
Yeah.
and it's like you start thinking about it from that perspective, and it's just like, oh, Legacy, you got this thing that you
Mm-hmm.
just don't want to relate. Like, you got this thing about you, like, and then now you start to see, and then now you go and seek out wise counsel. And when you go to different wise counsel and you go and you looking at, getting real good, just perspective, and it's just like you still kind of, it's like, oh, okay, leg, you got this thing that you just don't want to, okay, cool. This is just, dang, I wish I would have seen that back, because then, you know what I mean? And then it
Yeah.
turns into that. But all love, all honor, all, you know what I'm saying, all that good stuff, regardless of the fact. You know what I'm
Fire
saying?
signs in the chat.
Fire signs. Hey,
It take a lot to be that honest.
one more question, baby. And then I'm gonna have everybody say.
Okay.
We're gonna cut out here in just a second. One more thing for you, Leg. It's something that you said that I talk to my wife about this all the time. It's like I think that a lot of people I see get married young, and they miss so many things because like y'all were in the same youth group or something like that, and they just haven't developed that much in their mind. Do you like looking back? Would you advise people to wait to a certain age or stage in their life before actually getting married so they, don't end up in that predicament? I see it two sides. I see sometimes people build with what Ruslan even coins the IKEA marriage, like they build something together from way back, go through the bad apartment, now they living in a big house. But then I see this other side where it's like, you have an addiction to corn because you really never really knew what you wanted. That was just what your pastor said who you should be with, or the people that you had around you, and you didn't really develop. So, like, what would you advise as far as that goes? Would you say it's a certain age bracket or stage in your life?
I think it doesn't. I don't think God is subjected to just a specific age bracket, because I think God can really do anything, fly at any given time at any given age based off how He wants the story to kind of go in His way. I do believe that there should be proper premarital counseling.
Yeah.
I think it's a lack in a lot of areas, and people just being like hella real and raw and candid about what marriage really is to kind of prep you. You know what I'm saying? I think like having a fire marital course, like I go to Change, so we got the Made Men's program, which is fire. And I think like having something like that for like just like a premarital course, I think that would be fire to give you the proper tools, because people can only tell you certain things based off their experiences and how it should go. Looking back, I think if we would have went into counseling a little bit deeper, I probably would have, we probably could have had a lot more tools. We could have had a lot more just guidance,
Preparation.
and we would have had a more solider foundation going into it. So I know people personally who got married young. I know people who got married later, and the stories is significantly different, and it's also a two-sided coin. Some of them is like, man, I should have just waited a little bit longer. Even finances, like get to a little bit more of a stable spot before you start shooting the club up. You know what I mean? Having kids and all that, or get to like there's so much that whole maze that's an endless type of question. You feel me?
Yeah.
But I think having the proper tools, having the proper counseling, having the proper wisdom, having the proper just everything prior to, I think that would save or salvage a lot of things up front. You can have, like I just learned the language of a non-negotiable list. If I would have had that back, yeah. You know what I'm saying? It could have been a whole different type of thing, because
Yes.
now I'm getting the proper understanding of certain things by listening to some OGs. You know what I'm saying? OGs put me in the game. Spiritual people, you know what I'm saying? That's putting me and giving me game. So I think just having the proper tools early would definitely help. Whether you get young and you thug it out, and I think it's beautiful. Like I got married. I knew what I was doing. I wanted to get married. You feel what I'm saying? I wanted to do it. I was signing up for the fight. I was signing up for the long haul. I was signing up for the ups, the downs, the left, the rights. I was signing up for all of that. That's why the heart posture was always the way it was. But yeah, it's hard to determine. But definitely get the right tools early, and really build that submission with God on both ends. And yeah.
That sounds like that's been.
Did that make sense? Sorry, I can't hear you, bro.
Oh, are we muted?
Hold on 1 second. Can you hear me? You can't hear me? Can y'all hear me?
Us?
We can hear you.
Oh,
yeah, I can hear you. Both of y'all.
I can't hear TK and Namdi.
Oh,
we can hear you.
Oh,
we can hear you, bro.
Oh, it's probably me.
We can hear them.
Okay.
Oh, I can't.
I hear everybody.
I can hear y'all, but I can't hear them.
Legacy. You might have to mute him, baby. So
okay,
he
hold
keep
on.
saying stuff.
That's God telling me to shut up.
Y'all drop some white hearts in the chat. We're sending love Legacy's way as he is going through a tough transition. But we wanted people that have gone through divorce or are divorced and just what is included in that. We know that I remember I asked my mom, I said, I don't even know, I think it was a homework assignment. I said, she has 4 daughters. I said, what is one thing that you pray that your daughters never experience? And the first thing she said was divorce. And so I can only imagine how heartbreaking that is and just what it does to you, which is why we have these conversations, because we want y'all to do the best you can to date well. Namdi was asking Legacy the question about marrying young and doing. I'm like, baby, you could have asked me. I got married at 22, ripe and young, and my goodness, was I not prepared. So I feel like the theme is when we're talking about marriage, we'll talk about singles event. Did you want to say something?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Can I say something?
Yes, because you're divorced, right?
Yes, I was married 13 years. I got married at 21. Yeah, I got married at 21. So what I learned was a lot of people like the idea of marriage, but they don't know what it is to be married, because I didn't do the counseling. We had a son already, and the pastor was encouraging us, not to sin, not to fornicate, get married. And we got married. It lasted for 13 years, and that was it. We had to learn as we go. I wasn't taught how to be a wife. Right. He wasn't taught how to be a husband, how to love me like Christ loved the church. And I wasn't taught how to be submissive. I had to learn through God, and it was hard. It was rough, but it ended. It's been a year now since I've been divorced. Wow. I don't regret anything, but I just know now, do not rush marriage. Take your time, because loving the idea of marriage can save you a lot of heartbreak. A lot of heartbreak. Don't love the idea of marriage, but understand what marriage is. Understand why God created marriage, why God wants a wife to be this way, and why God wants a husband to be a certain way. Because when you come together, it should be harmony. It shouldn't be fighting. You shouldn't be unequally yoked. You should be aligned.
Yes.
So
Mighty God.
Thank you for
Mighty
sharing.
God.
There's this book called Sacred Marriage. We're actually reading it for a book club next Monday. And the subtitle is
Such a good read.
What if, oh, you already read it?
Say the name of the book.
Amazing. Was that a man that said that?
Yeah, I read it 3 times.
Oh my goodness.
His whole entire book got highlighters on it. Like
he has the one for dating called A Sacred Search. There's a sacred search for dating and a sacred marriage for marriage.
I did not know that.
So good. And the question is, that's why I believe love is a skill. You have to learn your skill. Most people just rely too much on God, which is great, but God is the ultimate coach to teach you the skill. Exactly. You got to learn the skill like Kobe Bryant, like Michael Jordan, day in, day out, going.
I love it. Yeah, it says, I wanted to pull this out of the subtitle. It says, what if God designed marriage to make us holy more than to make us happy? And I feel like that is a big thing that will keep you in a marriage when you're not you're not making me happy anymore. You're not making me, and I always say this because a lot of women, I talk about my testimony of emasculating my husband and talking crazy to him and not being submissive and all of that to being the complete opposite now. And women ask me what happened. I'm like, back to what Jude said, it's a muscle. It's literally a muscle that you build to learn the skill, because one thing that I do want to say as Christians, that's why I got all the ladies that's on this panel in a chat. I'm like, please don't bring extra spiritualized answers, because you'll tell somebody hey, I'm going through this. And if you aren't equipped, the answer will be pray about it. Pray and let's go ahead and figure out your triggers.
Oh my
Pray
God.
And
Oh
let's
my
figure out
God.
why you communicate the way that you do, and go back to why your mama talked to you bad. Pray and make sure you go to therapy and talk about that anger issues. Pray and make sure you find out your non-negotiables and write those things down. So not just back to what she was talking about, loving the idea, I just want to get married so I can have, carefree sex and have a man pay the bills. And I say this all the time, you're going to rush into your death. That's all this is. When you get married, you are signing up to die. So everything that you thought, I'm telling you, this is the most beautiful form of being able to be sanctified. My husband has taught me how to be patient. Y'all can take that whatever way y'all want to. My husband has taught me to love when it's difficult. All the things that God calls us to be anyways because we say yes to him. And so when we're dating though, I think if we have the weight of what marriage actually is, the weight of it, like am I ready to take on the worst of him? Am I ready anytime? Like there was a issue that we had in our marriage, and my husband, he's 8 years older than me. If y'all didn't know, go ahead and put a bomb on that. He had to get a young tenderoni.
Yeah,
That's
with
a
the
whole nother
temp fade,
subject.
man.
Because
I see.
why when men go through all their
Listen.
whole phase, they want to get somebody 10 years younger than
Listen. I don't know what I wasn't even looking for that. I used to listen.
Because that's a thing too,
You was
y'all.
the first woman I dealt with that was ever near that young. Ever. The most was 2 years typically.
Well, okay, yeah, because I'm just different. But
Yeah,
when
you
you got to mute somebody.
hold on. Everybody mute.
Now I lost my thought. What was I
You
saying?
was talking
10
about-
years younger.
Yeah. you was on the age.
No. Being prepared for marriage. Y'all, what was I saying?
You was talking about the
Take your time, brother. Take your time. Take your time. Take your time.
You was talking,
When
but
I
you was
was-
talking. You got on something about me
When
and
I've
the
been talking
age
to Namdi,
gap.
I'm like, you are not listening.
You was talking
to
about
me.
the idea
Idea
of marriage. The idea of marriage.
Yes.
You were saying about dying to yourself.
Yes.
Dying in your flesh.
Okay, dying to yourself in the idea of marriage. Yes.
He teach you how to be patient.
Yes.
There you go. There.
Thank you. Getting
You're welcome.
married, what she was talking about, just not loving the idea of marriage. I quickly realized my husband got 2 children with 2 different women. Oh, this don't got nothing to
got
do.
2 baby. Remember Coriel said that?
Yes, she
Namdi
did.
got 2 baby.
Baby, they don't know what that
mamas.
is.
I'm sorry. So
I got married and I quickly realized how unequipped I was to be married. And that's what I don't want. When I tell y'all, and the only reason why I'm saying this, and I'm glad that I didn't, but the only reason why I'm saying this because I heard another woman say it, so it gave me permission. The only reason why I didn't leave multiple times in the beginning is because I was too broke to leave. Thank God.
Ouch.
I'm going somewhere, baby. Follow me.
Dang.
Thank God I stayed because this is the best decision that I made. But the reason why it was so difficult is because I wasn't equipped. So when I would go to the church mamas and then when I would go to my aunties or whoever, pray about that. Okay, after I get done praying, I still want to cuss him out.
What if
Then
he's
I
too?
found,
What if he's too broke to stay with?
well, that was my case. Listen.
I'm sorry.
You know what? One standard I did have was that whoever I was gonna marry needed to make sure he was able
Provider.
to uphold all the things.
Yeah.
Especially I got pregnant immediately. He got me pregnant back to back immediately.
Back to back.
Baby.
Hey, if I didn't get that fixed, boy, it would have been.
That's why I
Just
be
to shoot
forgetting
the
what I'm
club
saying.
up,
So
boy.
sorry. Hey,
So I'm sharing my heart because you and Legacy, I should have
Lex, you
never.
shoulda known.
I should have never.
do this.
I should have never let y'all own together. The point that I'm making is kind of what Legacy was saying. I don't think there's an age, but I do think that there should be a portion of requirements of being equipped. Back to what Jude says. Being equipped, and you're not going to be fully prepared. You're not going to know all the things, but Namdi knew stuff. That's what I was getting to. Being 10 years older than me. Namdi,
Hold on,
baby.
Why you have to add the 2 on? When you
You're
do
8
that,
years
it's just
older.
a little. I think it's a little shade.
Namdi knew things, right? Like he had already gone through an engagement and broke it off. So he knew he didn't want this. I didn't. I didn't know what I wanted outside of my father is a phenomenal provider and a husband. The point that I'm making is I feel like what we're hearing, even though y'all might not hear it, is fall in love with God and then actually become equipped and disciplined. And like, I think it was Justin that was saying, abstain before. Like, this should already be your walk. I feel like that's the sentiments. But as I'm closing my thoughts, I want everyone, so the men, I want y'all to say something that y'all feel like maybe you have gathered from the heart of the women. Like, hey, women, y'all are saying y'all desire for men to X, Y, and Z, and then women to do the same. Like, from tonight, we've gathered men want this or they desire that. Let's start with Jude.
Put him on the spot.
It's the
What
sacred level.
from the women? Honestly, the one thing it's my desire for all men too is to step up, to be able to continue to step up and show up, because we are needed and God has a purpose for us. So pretty much that's my sentiment, is to continue to step up and show up.
Love it. Step up. Jude, give us one example of what a man can do to step up.
What was that?
Give us one example of how a man can step up. A Christian, speak to the single Christian man that's like, okay, what is that first step? Like, first, what can he do?
Ooh, I always go to this one thing of just stepping up is honestly writing down where you're weak at and where you want to be at. So wherever you're weak at and where you want to be at, that's what the first thing I always like to do because you need to self-assess. So that's one way to step up.
I love that.
Mm-hmm.
Awareness, self awareness. Okay, I can't see the order of where. If y'all see the order, just
Sarah.
pull them up. Yeah.
Sarah.
Come on up, Sarah.
Can you repeat the question? Because I kind of understood it, but I didn't
Yeah.
understand it at the same time.
Just from this conversation, what is a takeaway that you've gathered from the men? Something that they've expressed, even if it's, hey, y'all doing this, y'all doing too much of this, or something good, whatever it is, a takeaway from the men.
So what I've gathered is I think men take the brunt of all the stuff, right? And women just play this safe space. And I feel like women play that part of it's all the men, but I think women are a lot of the problem of not taking accountability, of not owning up when they're wrong, and not providing a safe space for the men to be vulnerable and to open up to them.
Love it. Fire sign in the chat. That sounds like a mature, reflective answer. Okay, I can't see the order, baby. You got something else.
All right, let's see. That's Taylor. She's in the car now. Go ahead, Taylor.
Yeah, hopefully y'all can hear me. Sorry, I just
We
left
can.
work.
No, you're good. Go ahead.
Okay, cool. So I would say, um, like the young lady before me just said, having the ability to be the safe space for the man, and something that I've kind of picked up on is the idea of this pressure that us as women, we may not mean to put on men, especially when it comes to expressing ourselves or communicating, because there are some women that, you know, that want a healthy relationship. So they may not be toxic, but if a man is not used to the idea of communicating or, showing up a certain type of way, then it can come off as pressure. And so I think just being mindful of that and allowing the man to show up as he is, but also, and this is something that I've seen you say too, TK, was like letting the man be who he is, but then also knowing that God can get him together way faster than we could, with all of our trying to get him to understand this, and you know what I mean. So like that resonated with me because it may not be like you're trying to condemn him or put him down, but it can come across that way if
Yeah.
the man is not in the space to process that level of emotional intellect. So yeah.
Amen. Fire signs in the chat. Thank you, Taylor. We don't want you to harm yourself. So thank you for being here for
Yeah.
us. Y'all, fire signs in the
Yes.
chat.
Thank
Great,
you for
great
having
responses.
us.
Absolutely. Thank you.
So I do kind of want to piggyback to what Sarah and Taylor was saying, also what Legacy was saying as well. What really resonated with me a lot is the accountability. Like I was in a 13-year relationship. I was never married, but it almost felt like a marriage. I was in that relationship since I was 15 years old. I walked out of that when I was 28. And a lot of the problems that was within that relationship was lack of accountability. It's really prideness and not really putting in the work. And so I don't know who was saying it, but it's like, this was before I gave my life to God, and so now fast forward, giving my life to God, now I see the importance of really surrendering, really remaining abstinent and not being conformed to the world, and letting society dictate, oh, because you're at a certain age, you got to be married at a certain age, have kids at a certain age. It's like, no, slow down. Like, see, I used to have the mentality where it's like, okay, well, I want to be married. I had to put that pressure, and this was like with my ex, right? So it's like now with my walk with God, I've been single for 5 years. However, yes, I've dated. And although that dating world has not been the best, it's been very ghetto, it's been traumatizing at that, and so it's like now I'm learning that's like, okay, God is telling me, pause, slow down. I need you to be patient. Like, you got to wait, And so I think that's the most important thing. It's, and just kind of like going back to like what you guys were saying about how, these single mixers can be intimidating. I've never been to one. And even just hearing your guys' experience, I can feel that could be intimidating as someone who's never been to that, And so it's like, I guess trying to change it up a bit in a way,
No, for sure. Appreciate you sharing
Thank
that.
you.
He
So
said, she said the single world is ghetto. You ain't giving me no hope right now. I might as well
listen.
I might as well just.
Hey,
Stay away from
I've heard
dating
the
apps. Stay
same.
away from
Sorry,
dating apps.
legacy. It's ghetto.
Hey, I've heard the
wow.
same legacy. That's yeah.
And
Hey,
Try to stay married.
It's so crazy because I feel like we have, and y'all pray for us as we are gathering this information to position ourselves to do things that will help.
In a
What
major
you're
way.
talking about. I think what's his name? Not Justin, not Jude, the other young man.
Caleb?
Caleb. Yeah, is it Caleb?
Oh yeah, Caleb. Mm-hmm.
Yes, I absolutely love what you said about the events. Like that, hands down. I never thought about that ever.
Me neither.
Ever thought about that. That was such a genius idea. And while I'm talking about you, you can go ahead and say something. But if y'all are just now joining this conversation, the whole point of this conversation is we have an event at our church for singles, and Change Church put it out like, hey, why aren't men showing up? It sparked this conversation because we really do want to know. And what Caleb was talking about, just like not just marking it as a singles event, but just doing things that men love, I think is so genius. So when we put this basketball game together, and we put these things together, everybody in this room,
Come on.
Oh, I'll definitely be at a basketball game. I'll definitely be there.
better
hey,
be there.
we hooping.
Hey, and we need the women.
Kickball
We need the
games.
women to show up.
Oh, they're
I'm
gonna show
there.
up. They're
I'm
gonna
there.
show
Women
up.
to show
I
up.
got two
Be on the
women
court.
waiting. Yes,
Come on.
I'm
exactly.
there.
Okay, Sarah.
Listen, I'm there with pom poms. Let's go.
The
Cheerleader.
whole field day.
Is this a +1 type of event or just?
No.
It's too late.
Okay, I'm just asking.
Caleb, go ahead.
Go ahead, Caleb.
and answer that question.
About what we learned. So what I learned, and this is what my thought is that I think that women in these spaces want men to give them a chance. And what I mean by that is that I think that there's a lot of what women hear that men don't like about what goes on in these spaces. And then when I hear women that are trying to bring what I believe is earnest like questions, they're like, well, give us a chance. Like for a better experience or a different experience. And I think that when women that are actually doing the work, that are actually healthy women, if you are if you're a man that is, you have, how do I say it?
Guarded.
No, that's not what I was gonna say. There's a man that I know that he got married a few years ago. He's a little older than I am, and I asked him how he knew his wife was his wife. He said, I started smelling barbecue. And at first I didn't understand what he meant, but if you understand what you put barbecue sauce on, you put them on ribs. He said that he started to understand. He said he started smelling barbecue. And so if you're a man that has this ability to understand, really what you're looking for, and you're not just going to get distracted because of presentation or because of looks or because of an image, but you really understand what you're dealing with, that can be a worthwhile investment, because because being married is a faith walk. Like who you're married to, y'all mentioned about being married for a number of years. Who you were married to when you first got married is different than who you are married to today. Like you have to be able to understand that you are making a decision in faith that every day we're going to continue to choose each other.
Yeah.
And because there are people that get divorced at 30, 40 years and doesn't make any sense to anybody. It is a faith walk. So you're never going to really be in a point where you're just going to totally know who you're dealing with. So what I would say is that what I'm learning and what I'm seeing from the women is that they're like, we're trying to do the work. We can be, and we are a safe space for you to invest in. Just give us a chance.
I love that.
Love it. Appreciate you, brother.
He started smelling barbecue.
He's
That man was He was hungry. Like, why we gotta make it all extra? He was hungry. Okay.
I can see.
It sure
Oh
was.
my gosh.
This dude.
I'm
All
sorry.
right.
I'm sorry.
I think well, he kind of switched up on us and Jude had to leave. So,
Fabiola.
Fabiola. Okay,
Fabiola.
let's go.
So what I got from it, like, I feel like Christian men wants a woman that is a servant leader, that will serve, submit, not be a slave, and to lead, as in to be an example, not to control him, but take him for who he is. Because they, men, we know men, they're not perfect. So I believe they want to have a woman that bring them peace, that's a safe space, and that's understanding. And not, be too deep, not too religious, but be open to wanting to grow with him and to elevate and to compliment him. That's it.
I love that.
Yes.
Okay. Listen, y'all, me and my husband went on a date night. And y'all, I just knew I was eating them up in this dress. I had this nice, sexy, tight-fitted black dress. This man told me I looked like an evangelist that was about to go teach. I said, huh?
Come on.
It's literally like if somebody was to see me, they would have said I was immodest. So I had to go put on a little mini skirt and make it a little shorter. So I love what you said. Like, okay, don't be up in the heavens because that man
Don't be
wants
too
you to,
religious.
hello,
No.
he still want a freak. He still wants you to be nasty. He still wants you to be spicy. He still want all the
You don't
things.
want to listen
Love
to
the Lord.
John P. Key on the way to the
Exactly. Exactly.
Like, hey,
okay.
we kicks.
I think because the women been in church for so long before they get married.
But baby, you was in the church too.
Yeah, but I had a life
a
before.
little bit.
I was outside
Man,
too.
Nah.
It be the ones that was outside the worst. They end up being
That's true.
overtly.
That's true.
Overtly religious.
They're like,
to
girl,
get
you used to
saved.
be a prostitute. Why are you
Yeah.
scared of giving your man head?
wild.
Like that's crazy.
Crazy stuff.
That's insane.
Real
Okay.
stuff. All right, I think it was Alicia. Yeah.
Alicia.
Hey guys. So all right, the one thing that I think that I kind of took away was that men want us to be vulnerable, to be authentic, to be able to come to them, trusting them, knowing that they are submitted to God and are able to lead us. And kind of piggybacking on what Fabiola said, just being soft, being that soft space for them, because they deal with so much on a daily basis, right? And so just being that place that they're like, oh, I don't have to walk on eggshells. I don't have to be hard. I can be myself around this person. So I think that's what I heard from.
I love that. And before I forget this, y'all, the chat, they love y'all.
Shout out to everybody in the chat.
They're like, I have so many questions. And one of the questions we can't answer it tonight. So we got to have y'all back. We got to get some more
Yes,
singles.
hey, I hope y'all willing to come back because, man, y'all gave some great
They're
advice
talking about
and
submission and provision. Like this is Jessica. She said, I would like to hear more about submission and provision, the roles of a man and a woman. I love talking about roles because I think they're made believe in some cases.
we got some. Yeah, it's about to. Yeah,
that's a whole nother subject. So for another day, that's everyone?
Yeah, that was everyone. That was everyone.
Okay, well, praise the Lord. Every single woman, every single man of God that came on, thank y'all so very much. Fire signs in the chat for every experience. We thank y'all for y'all vulnerability. I didn't even know all of the ladies, so thank y'all for just being raw, being open, and being ready to hop on.
Yes.
We are praying for y'all dating experiences to continue to walk in discernment and in love, babe. You want to make us big?
Yo, about to make us big. Y'all can go ahead and hop off. Thank
y'all
y'all so much for showing up.
Fire signs in the chat for every single one of them, y'all. Never mind. I was gonna say we should have shouted out their Instagrams just in case somebody liked them.
Let me see if they still.
I'm still here.
All right.
Okay, listen.
Period. Let's see.
Yeah,
I'm still here
too.
Listen.
Shout out, y'all.
Fabiola, just me.
Go ahead. Matter of fact, put it in our chat, please.
Can you put it in the chat?
Oh, in the chat?
Yeah, we can join the chat.
Okay, yes. Drop their
Instagrams,
in the
y'all.
in the YouTube chat.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, it's not letting me.
Oh, it's not?
Do you see
No.
mine?
No. So you might have it in the private chat, but we need it in the
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 YouTube,
main
we have to
one.
log on. So we'll get off and
Yeah.
log on.
Yeah,
Thank
Okay.
just log
you.
on to the
Yes.
YouTube and put it in
Oh,
the
so we
I
got to
get
get
on.
on the YouTube.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, get on the YouTube.
Yep. Appreciate y'all.
Yeah, drop y'all Instagram so everyone can follow y'all. Other single women, y'all can follow one another. Y'all know we love to make community. Okay, babe. Wow.
Man,
My
that was
God.
fire.
I'm so proud of him. I'm so proud. And I literally felt in my spirit, I was like, this gonna be good.
Yeah.
I was just praying, like, I hope nobody go, I just been praying and fasting and withdrawing and going in the wilderness. Like, girl, let's know. You ain't been in that wilderness if you've been,
Man, I learned so much just from this that even like, okay, as we're coming up with these solutions, we're going to look back on and be like, okay, cool, we need to do something. Because we have a passion for I think, especially for singles. We just want people to pick right as best as they can. You don't get a perfect pick.
Yeah.
And be able to actually last all the way until death do us part.
Yeah.
Like, and to be fully equipped, like you said, I think, and to say something off of that, we're going to wrap up, baby. I ain't going that long. But like, I think that marriage counseling is very, very vital.
Mm-hmm.
For those who are engaged, that was just on here, for those that are engaged that's watching, is making sure that y'all have people who will tell y'all the truth. Like, hey, I think y'all need to wait a little bit longer. Hey, I think y'all might need to just consider if God is really calling y'all together.
Yeah.
Like, to tell y'all the truth, I think Tim Ross said it the best. He was like, "Oh, people don't want to come. Don't come to me." He said, "I'm trying to break you up." He said, "I'm gonna see what's the gap," because man, you got to have somebody that's tugging on it and gonna like put some warfare against the soon to be union, because else it's not gonna end up the way it actually should be. You know what I'm saying? The way the vows say it should be. So, man, I'm grateful. I heard a lot about what we should do for the events. I hope somebody even from our church, we have people on from our church, but also other churches are watching. And when you're making your next singles event, I think the biggest thing was don't label it that.
Yeah.
Do something else and just
do
invite.
Yeah, just do life.
Well, I think maybe, but you got to say something because you got to know because the married people to show up. And they'll take up all this.
No, but he already talked about that. Like, you're gonna have married people there, but that takes the pressure off of it. Like, this is we already figured out that's gonna bring the pressure. I think one thing that I took away from this is hearing the men and hearing how mature their responses are. Now, these might be a different level of men, so the girls might be like, that ain't who we running into. But I did love how mature their responses were. It sounded like all of them were, they weren't perfect. They had a season of doing what they were doing, but when they got intentional, they got intentional.
Yeah.
And so I always tell the women, that I coach and the women in my community, while you're complaining about these men are trash, there's just no point to complain about those men because those men aren't your husband.
Come on.
So you got to know when I meet him, he's not going to be trash. So if I'm meeting trash, that's not my husband. It's just really simple, right? And so I think that should bring confidence to hear the mature responses from these men that are saying, it's not that we don't want to be married. We just don't want to, be the cornball walking up on a group of women and y'all embarrass us and say no. You know what I'm saying? And then, because nowadays the girls standards are high, Yeah. It'd be like 6'3", 9 inches, 8 figures a year. And it's like, well, sis.
Really?
Now, sis,
Yeah.
But anywho, I just want to say thank you to every single person that hopped on tonight. Fire signs over there. Oh, praise the Lord. Thank y'all in the chat. We're going to do our best to actually pay attention to this chat next time. We don't want to keep y'all. It's literally been almost 3 hours for everyone that stayed. We hope that y'all enjoyed. If y'all love these type of conversations, go ahead and like, comment, subscribe so y'all can know when we have these type of conversations. Y'all didn't even get to see all the spice talk because when me and my husband alone, it goes up. So y'all want to come back next week. By the way, this is Love. What is it called, babe?
Love Month. Hold on. I got to see the flyer.
Jesus, what I call it?
The flyer. What does it say? You made the flyer. Okay, now I'm trying to find it. Is it Love Month? Hold on. No. Hold on.
Love without a filter.
Come on.
Love without a filter. Okay? That's what this entire month is. This week is all about singles. We had a conversation for how much y'all love them. We're going to have to run this back. Simple as that. We got to. Next week, we're going to talk all things that we wish we would have known about sex.
Ooh, it's going to get real.
So, all of y'all that think y'all having a good time, we're going to have a conversation about that. We're going to have a conversation about Christians getting boring in the bedroom. We're going to talk about all the things that y'all can think of. Can't wait for that. So y'all want to come back again. Might have some other married folk on. You never know. But for now, we love y'all so very much. And I think that's it. Until next time, y'all stay safe.
Yes.
Get out of the bedrooms if you're not married. Bye, y'all.
Peace. This is an Iwegbus production.
Period.
Hey, thank you for making it to the end of this video. If you could do us a huge favor, please hit that like button and please subscribe.
Yes, and please do not forget to hit that notification bell. We need y'all to be locked in every single time we drop this fire content. Yes. Also, we need y'all to follow us on all social media platforms at the Iwegbus. And look, we will see y'all on the next video.